Good evening and welcome to the Heed Army podcast and National League TV streaming service. It's an absolute pleasure to be here with you tonight at Gateshead for Gateshead versus Eastleigh in the Vanarama National League. My name's David Gaddis. I'm joined by Mark Carruthers and we will be bringing you full match commentary here this evening. And we'll go through the teams very shortly. But Mark, welcome aboard again. A game that's got, a little bit of, for Eastleigh anyway, a little bit of revenge in it for them because obviously you were at a game earlier this season. You went down to cover it at Eastleigh where Gateshead ran out 6-0 winners, albeit said under a different Gateshead and different management at the time.
Yeah, firstly, I'll say I feel very, very sorry for Eastleigh being, brought all the way up to the northeast. Probably the longest journey. Well, I say probably, definitely the longest journey of the season for them on a midweek on a bitterly cold February night. So you feel sorry for the officials and the players and management there. But that day. Firstly, the temperatures couldn't be much different, by the way, because it was absolutely boiling down there on that September day. Gateshead were unbelievable. I would say borderline unplayable. Played some lovely stuff. They were given a lot of time on the ball, but it's one thing being given that time. It's another thing punishing the time and space you're afforded. Obviously, we look at the Gateshead side now. It's very, very different. I think I may be wrong, but working through, you're probably looking at Kenton Richardson played that day. I think Joe Grayson played that day. I think Luke Hannant may have come on as a sub, Francis Whelan. But apart from that, it's a very, very different side, different management team as well. Well, different manager at least. Things very, very different. But from the same side, Eastleigh have been the same. They've improved since that day. Yes, they've had a little wobble recently, but they reacted pretty well to that hammering, and it was a hammering. And I'm expecting to give Gateshead a really tough test tonight.
Well, see, what can happen tonight is Gateshead can obviously move up as high as 4th. I think if they win by more than 3 goals and results go their way. Eastleigh can climb as high as 9th. They're currently sitting 13th in the table, and that would go a long way to kickstarting their season back into shape with the hope of a playoff spot. And of course, there is I'll go through the visitors team. There is a notable missing name. In the leading goal scorer, McCallum is not here. He's suspended after receiving a red card on Saturday. Joel McDonald is in goal. Nigel Adatanga, number 4. Captain Aaron Martin, not the Aaron Martin that used to play for Gateshead, a different one. Ben Reeves, who I was impressed with in the warm-up. I'll talk about that a little bit later on. Enzo Baldwin, George Langston, Chris Maguire, David Longking, Scott Quigley, Ben Greenwood. On the bench is Lee Hudson, Luke Kroll, Solomon Nakabuki. Oh, hey, I have to say I'm having a terrible one here. Nakabuki and Oscar Rutherford and Malachi Dotzi is on the bench. Yeah, obviously still some good goal threats there for Eastleigh. Obviously Scott Quigley been around, notably at Blackpool. I think it's in the Championship as well when he was there. They've got firepower in abundance. They've just got to find consistency.
They have, but they've got a really experienced manager in the dugout in Richard Hill, someone that's been there and done it at this level, mostly with Eastleigh, we should say. So it's they're a far better side, and I think I can say that comfortably, than the one that we saw Gateshead beat quite comfortably in September. You look at Chris Maguire. I mean, someone that's played at Sunderland recently, fairly recently. there are threats right across the board. So I think Gateshead, this new look Gateshead, will have to be at their best. They will have to, do all the things that they did well at Southend and all the things they did well for the second half against Barnet here, if they are going to get another win, because they need to keep momentum going. It's been a brilliant couple of weeks for the club, and you just hope that continues into tonight.
Certainly will. Well, the players have left the pitch, both sets of players. One player that is still on the pitch but isn't involved tonight, but lovely to see him back out there in a heavy warm-up, as it were, is Robbie Tinkler. And hopefully he'll be back in March period for the run-in towards the end of the season. But Gateshead, there is a change or two in the lineup this evening. Beach loses out today through illness, so Harrison Bond returns in goal. Kent Richardson is number 5. Louis Story, number 6. Joe Grayson wears number 18. Mamadou Duke is is number 30. Luke Hannant, 19. The captain tonight is Ed Francis, who of course is vice captain at the club, and Kent Richardson's done very well as a deputy in that time when Ed Francis wasn't playing. But Callum Whelan wears number 4. Kieran Evans wears number 12. Conor McBride, 21, and Marcus Denanga. On the bench is Ben Warman, Dejon Brown, Lyra Kasani, Kane Adom, and Jack Stott. And we talk about talking before we came on air that obviously you talk about the potential of Tinkler coming back and maybe Ollie. We don't know. We haven't had any information on that. But what a strong set of players to pick from on the bench, let alone what's starting already.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the bench tonight, and I think Jack Stott's done very well since he's come in. Obviously, we know Kane Adom, the impact he had against Barnet. Lyra Kasani did very well in that loan spell he had at South Shields, and has come back and maybe hasn't as much game time as he wanted, but we know what he can do on the ball. I'm really excited by seeing a bit more Dejon Brown tonight, hopefully at some point, and Ben Warman's been solid since he's come in as well. So I think for the first time in a good few weeks, Rob Elliott can look at the bench and think, right, what can I do? We saw that against Barnet when Kieran Evans, of course, who's starting tonight, he came on, and Kane Adam came on, and there was a real spark that they gave. So, and that's the first time. When we look over January when things were a bit rough, I think sometimes Rob may have looked at his bench and just wondered what to do. He had to bring on young lads and lads that maybe aren't ready yet for this level, and it kind of worked against them. So tonight there are options. It's becoming more and more difficult as a manager to make a starting lineup, to put together a starting lineup, and it's a real cliche, and every manager says it, but they're the issues you want, they're the problems you want.
There certainly are, and as you mentioned, Dejon Brown there, a bit of an unknown quantity for the league. Obviously, people might have done the scout, and I don't think they would have scouted many under 21 games in the build-up to this game, but we've seen that he can, for a youngster, I mean, he certainly isn't built like when I was 18. Put it that way. He's definitely got a physique.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah. We've seen he held off 3 Barnet players in the corner flag in the dying moments of the game against Barnet. He's strong. He's agile, and he's obviously coming here to develop. And it would be lovely to see him get on the score sheet. Early in these appearances, because Kane Adam made a hell of an impact and scored on his debut, but. We're seeing promising things from Dejon, and you'd just like to see him just get that little bit of confidence.
Well, I think looking at him, and it's a very different level, under 21 level, I should say that. But I had a little look at the games that he scored, the teams he scored against at that level. And you're talking about Man City, Liverpool, clubs like that. Tottenham, I think, was another one.
He's been mixing it with the top academies, hasn't he? Yeah.
So it's not as if he's, struggled to score against big clubs. Again, I will say it's a very different level. It's a very different style of football. But he has the physique to cope, I think, at this level. We've seen that, as you've alluded to. I'm really excited to hopefully see him at some point tonight. I dare say we will. Whether the game's going in Gateshead's favour or not, we'll see him, I think.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to that.
Another player I'm looking forward to seeing as well, making his first start for the club, Kieran Evans, of course, on loan from Cardiff City. Kind of got lost in the wash a little bit after the Barnet game, because, his through ball to help set up the goal was fantastic, but obviously what happened after that, everyone got a bit excited, myself included. But we're seeing someone that can link up in the final third there and look just as comfortable on the ball.
Yeah, my ears have still recovering from that that goal of Luke Hannant's. But I kind of felt for Kieran Evans, because I thought he came on and did very, very well.
Yeah.
But as you say, got lost in the excitement around the Luke Hannant goal, and and Kane Adams winner. So it was a strange one, but I was really impressed. Comfortable on the ball, bit of pace. I'm always at pains to compare players with other players that have been here, but had a little bit of the Adam Campbell about him, a little nippy on the ball.
Finds the pockets, players. Doesn't he? Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. Very intelligent, can find those pockets of space, as he's saying. Really link up the midfield with the forward line. So, yeah, I'm excited to see what he's like from the start tonight. And also, just a quick one on Harrison Bond. I think there's someone who's come in and done pretty well in his couple of appearances so far. And he's, am I right in saying he's league home debut?
I think it is, yes. I think he's only played in the FA Trophy. Yes, so it will be his home league debut.
Oh, his league debut.
League debut, yeah. So, I mean, you've got to say as well what a massive step he's done. Yes, he played academy football for Sunderland. He come through the setup there. But beginning of the season, he was playing for, Whitley Bay, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Whitley Bay. So he's playing quite a few levels, I think 5 levels below. And he's come in. He was asked upon. There was a few people thinking, in the FA Trophy when we seen him play. Oldham, when he came in against Oldham. And, he quickly settled himself down. He's a young, confident keeper. And I think he fits the mould of Gateshead. He's very comfortable with the ball at his feet. And he'll be looking to cement that number 1 spot down if he can put a good performance in tonight.
Well, we shouldn't forget pre-season as well. He played against Newcastle and Sunderland, I think, in pre-season.
Yeah.
Or certainly one of the two. I think Sunderland played at Hebburn as well and did pretty well. And I think, as you say, good with the ball at his feet. Maybe the only question would be about his physique. He's not the biggest keeper, but he does have a good spring on him. So, some of the best keepers I've seen.
I think that's how, as I say, when people talk about non-league football, sometimes it can be players on the decline dropping down the leagues. It can be players coming up through the leagues as well. I mean, you mentioned players, the likes of Les Ferdinand, and Ian Wright. There's players, and even Jamie Vardy, if you go in recent times, players develop at different times and the bodies and physiques change. And I think Harrison Bond is definitely one that can definitely grow if he keeps up the hard work.
But I look at probably the best goalkeeper I've seen on the other side of the time in Newcastle was Shea Given, who wasn't a 6'7" goalkeeper. He wasn't a 6'5" goalkeeper.
Yeah,
he was just under 6 foot, I believe. Yet he produced some saves that rank among the best I've seen. So, I think, although I'm not comparing Harrison Bond to Shea Given, but he has got that quality where he
wait till full time.
Yeah, he has got that quality where he does have a bit of a jump on him. He may need to punch the ball a little bit more, but then again, I think we saw that from Eddie Beach. He came out against Barnet and he was commanding, but without collecting the ball, he was punching it, getting good contact on it. So, it's a big night for Harrison Bond. Let's see how he does.
Well, Gateshead are coming out now, led by Ed Francis. Of course, it's first game at home since returning from that head injury away to York on New Year's Day. But this is how Gateshead line up today. Harrison Bond in goal, Kenton Richardson, Louis Story, Joe Grayson, Mamadou Job, Luke Hannant, Captain Ed Francis, Callum Whelan, Kieran Evans, Conor McBride, and Marcus Denanga. On the bench is Ben Warman, Dejon Brown, Lyra Kasani, Kane Adam, and Jack Stott. And for the visitors, Joe McConnell in goal, Nigel Atatanga is wearing number 4, Aaron Martin, captain number 5, Ben Reeves, Jake Taylor, Enzo Baldwin, George Langston, Chris Maguire, David Longking, Scott Quigley, and Ben Greenwood make up the starting lineup. On the bench is Lee Hudson, Luke Kroll, Solomon Narabuki, Oscar Rutherford, and Malachi Dotsey. And Gateshead, for our audio listeners, they're in their black and white strip, and our visitors, Eastleigh, are in a Netherlands-inspired strip. They're all in orange. So it's
turn the floodlights off. We don't need them.
Yeah, it's a very bright strip, isn't it? But I'll say I was talking to you before we came on air. Number 7 looked very lively in the warm-up there. He's looks like the Adam Campbell type of size, doesn't he, for our audio listeners, to describe a player. And I was being impressed with his first touch in the warm-up. He was quite agile and moving around. We'll see what he can do. Where's number 7? So you'd imagine he's going to be quite a creative attacking player with that number.
Look, there's a lot of quality in forward areas in this side. I mean, I go back to, you mentioned Quigley before, didn't you? And I mentioned Chris Maguire. And, you look at Ben Reeves, who you're talking about, there's a lot of good players in this forward line. So Gateshead defensively, although they may have more possession tonight, Gateshead do need to be ready to, to defend and stay organised and disciplined at the back, just as they did in the second half against Barnet and as it did for the whole game on Saturday.
Well, we'd like to say a big thank you to National League TV as well for everyone that has joined us this evening. We hope that you are all settled and ready. And of course, to our audio listeners on the Heat Army podcast. We've had a few messages coming. We've had Davy Steele. He's put listening in from the Isle of May. And he's put, so bring the 3 points home. I made it. Yes, Davy Steele is on the podcast. He's the head ranger up at the Isle of May. And he had to get up there for weather and just made it. But unfortunately, because of that, he misses this game. But we've got Peter Walton put, come on, Gateshead. Let's have a big performance tonight, please. And we've got a listener in Belarus. Neil Robinson, good evening from Belarus. We're 3 hours ahead of you, so might not make it a full time. How are the lads? So thank you very much. And Ed Francis has said 3-1. I don't think it's Ed Francis that's on the pitch unless he's got earbuds in. But Gateshead will be shooting towards the Fellin End and Eastleigh towards the River Tyne. We're about to get underway here. National League Vanarama action. Gateshead versus Eastleigh.
Gateshead again kicking towards the Felling End as they did against Barnet, didn't
Yes.
they? Normally it's the other way. But yeah, interesting change. I assume one enforced upon them.
Quite possibly so, yeah. But McBride stands over the ball. And Francis launches the ball out towards Kent Richardson, who's playing that right wing back position tonight, and the ball's been headed out. Halfway inside a little bit more than halfway inside the Eastleigh half.
You get the feeling that's Gateshead trying to make a fast-paced start here. Just getting the ball forward as quickly as possible.
Joe Grayson, who displayed his long throws against Barnet. Not quite as long as I think Cropper's long throws for Barnet, but the ball's been put across to Hannon, who quickly puts it into the middle. Ball bounces. Didn't bounce. It's headed out behind there, and it's a corner to Gateshead.
This is exactly the sort of start Gateshead wanted.
Well, Francis pulls some defenders over there. They thought they were going to take it quick, but Francis is going to be the man to take this one. Takes it short to McBride. McBride up against the defender, and Francis puts it in towards the back post, and too deep, and out it goes there for a goal kick. But it was Ben Reeves that got in front of Francis there. Well, minute gone, and we've already had a corner.
Yeah, good bit of a statement of intent, I think, from Gateshead in that first minute, just trying to put the pressure on. Trying to put the pressure on Eastleigh straight away and really take the game to them.
Well, aerial battle at the moment. It's going to fall to Francis, who nods it forward to Tananga, who brings it down well. Whelan back to Francis. If he looks up, and find Whelan in the centre. Just passing it between themselves at the moment, but they've been dispossessed. And now Eastleigh pass it back to their defence to try and build up an attack themselves as Aaron Martin on the ball. Ball played over the top, looking for the run of Taylor. And Taylor just dispossessed, cleared by Gateshead Brony as far as the EC defender, who hasn't went out. It's been kept in. Far side Taylor now has the ball, tries to get past his man. Good block. And Gateshead can bring it away there. Ball out to the right-hand side for McBride to try and get onto, but there was Ben Greenwood nodded out.
One of those. Idea was right there.
Trying to stretch Eastleigh to the flanks already, aren't they? Something they must have identified because they're wanting to go very wide with the ball as it comes out now towards Richardson. Lovely touch, brings it down. He's got Whelan inside, McBride on the outside. McBride now pulls it across and just takes a deflection off the defender there. And defence can bring it away. And now ball down the left-hand side as Mamadou Job will just usher that out, and it is a throw into Gateshead.
Well, if this was rugby, that was a great touch finder.
Certainly was.
They've let Gateshead out very easily here.
Former Gateshead player Stephen Wern has put 3-0 Kenton hat-trick.
Are we sure it's Stephen Wern?
And it is. I'm telling you. It is. He'll tweet with. I'm telling you it's him. That's Stephen Wern. As now Job plays it inside. McBride. Kent Richardson hugging that touchline, puts it inside to Whelan. And Eastleigh trying to get right on top of the men in midfield at the moment. But Francis finds space. Whelan. It is across to Grayson. And plays the ball out to Hannon, who plays a first-time ball over the top, looking for the run of Evans, but Just going to roll out past the corner flag for a throw on the far side. But yeah, it's been a high intensity start so far from Gateshead. Still waiting for Eastleigh to try and find their feet and get more in possession. But Gateshead get the ball back, lose it swiftly. But the ball played, and Eastleigh's passing hasn't been too crisp so far.
Panicky on their possession. It just haven't settled down yet at all. Gateshead enjoying the vast majority of it without really creating too much just yet. We are only 4 minutes in.
Just looking at the position here, Kent Richardson, the ball to him wasn't the greatest, has been picked up. Now Eastleigh drive forward with it. Here on the left-hand side, it is Maguire who gets past Job. Goes, lovely little feint pass inside, and the Gateshead managed to block and get it away. But Kent Richardson can play it to Whelan, whose locks are flowing in the air at the moment, but he's just been dispossessed by Greenwood. And now we're starting to see Eastleigh try and use the ball to better effect. As the ball played inside, Taylor's going to get to that. Appeals for high feet there. But it's back with the captain Martin in the centre circle.
Yeah, there's your first indication of Eastleigh just starting to get the grips with things. It was a little nervous start from them, but you can see them getting the ball down and trying to play the way they like to play. And I think you've seen the quality there of Chris Maguire as well. We spoke about where he's been, what he's done in his career. He will be a real threat tonight.
Yeah. Well, throw-in taken on the far side, launched forward by the captain, Martin. Stories there and gets it to Grayson. Nice bit of passing from Gateshead.
Really good.
So Gateshead have went back to a bit more of the build-up play, what we haven't seen in recent weeks. Of course, Gateshead famed for that under Mike Williamson, but they've just adapted it somewhat. As now Whelan has the ball, Kent Richardson on the overlap, who he gives it to. Cuts inside, cuts back.
Very disciplined so far, Eastleigh, when you look at, everyone is in their own half.
So, I mean, when you see some of the players getting back there, it's a back five, isn't it? We're looking at there effectively for our audio listeners.
Gateshead just going to have to be a little bit, someone's going to have to be a little bit braver on the ball here, maybe, and bring it out and try and open up some space. Because at the minute, Eastleigh are just happy to sit in.
Well, a little flick from Kent Richardson, didn't find its target and rolls out for a throw just past the Gateshead dugouts.
You get the sense both sides are going to have to be very patient tonight.
I think it's going to have to be patient, and there's going to have to be someone that times their run right to break down either defence here.
Oh, Magne come down from the stands already.
Yeah, it's been from his vantage point, or the Magne's nest, as we'll call it, at the back. As Francis gets the ball to McBride, and McBride just dispossesses. He tried to pass that one off there.
That's good pressure.
Gateshead
done well there,
trying to turn the screw, but Nigel Alatanga there plays the ball across to the far side, and he can bring the ball forward. As that's Bulger on the ball. Comes across to Greenwood. Reeves back to Greenwood now. Building up, sorry, it's Maguire. Maguire and Greenwood had just overlapped each other. Ball up towards the centre though, looking for Scott Quigley. Wins the header but couldn't direct it to anybody. And Story can just calmly pass it to Grayson.
Some movement.
Well, Kent Richardson's out here on the right-hand side, but the ball just would have been easily read by the defence there. The ball needs to move just a little bit quicker in these areas.
That's a good ball.
But Evans now drives with it, tries to play it through to McBride. McBride just didn't get there in time from Alatanga. And the ball played up the pitch towards Story. Gives it to Francis. Francis, if he looks up, Kent Richardson's in space here, but Denanga very well holds it up, moves it forward. Kent Richardson, right-hand side of the box, drives down with it, still there, takes down the dead ball and crosses the ball. It's a dangerous one. Oh, just nicked out the way from Gateshead player there. In comes the ball again. Oh, there's nobody there. Cleared, hook clear, but Gateshead can, and Story just misjudges the flight of the ball, and Gateshead do manage to win the ball back just as well, because Maguire and Scott Quigley could have linked up quite well there.
Yeah, Louis Story just misreading that ball, wasn't he? But that's better from Gateshead. Move the ball a little bit quicker, getting in behind. Chance here as well. Play it right.
Well, McBride gets it out to Whelan, the non-league Modric. Whelan up against Reeves there. Maguire looks to play the ball down there, looking for the run in the centre. Taylor come through, but Harrison Bond quickly out there with a deft touch to Grayson. Ball over the top, looking from Evans to Denanga, and the keeper.
It's just skipped on.
McConnell quickly read that one.
Lovely idea from Evans there, Kieran Evans.
Nicely weighted, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's just skipped up off the turf. I think without that little bit of rain we had earlier on, it might held up. He's offside.
Well, I think quickly he's going to be offside. There he is, and it's a free kick to Gateshead. 10 minutes gone, 0-0 here at Gateshead International Stadium. If you just joined us, Gateshead versus Eastleigh, and it's been quite a fast-flowing game so far. As Evans has the ball, he's got hand out on the left-hand side. He has it, and he has to play it back down the line to Grayson. Francis. McBride. Was he fouled there? Referee says yes, and Aaron Morton put the lunging leg out there. Quickly taken. Whelan has the ball. Richardson, right-hand side, has to cut back in with it, though, and play it to the centre circle where Story was waiting. Gator just pass it across the back to Job. On loan from Cambridge. Nice bit of footwork from Job. Gets it to Grayson. Francis. Very busy midfield from Eastleigh. They're trying to close everything down, aren't they?
There's a lot of work rate going on in there, isn't there?
As Kent Richardson gets the ball now, right-hand side. McBride. He done very well to keep the ball moving. He nearly undersold himself. Cuts inside, tries to do too much. And now Eastleigh should be able to clear this ball, but Gator putting pressure on. Goal kick.
Yeah, just a little bit too much there from Conor McBride. Just trying to commit the defender.
He rescued it, didn't he? Because he had just overhit it when he tried to run with the ball. But unfortunately, I think if he had passed it back, it would have maybe come to nothing as well at that point. But Evie says, hi, come on the Heed. And 5 hours behind Hawaii the Heed, says Andy Allum. So thank you very much, everybody. We're still waiting for confirmation if it is the real Stephen Wern. I think it is, because that's his profile picture off Twitter. And it is from Twitter. That's where that's come from. So there we go.
I hope he hasn't had to pay for the stream, man.
No, I don't know. I mean, with his money playing it. MK Dons. Well, free kick to Gateshead here, just inside their own half near the centre circle.
It's a movement.
Ball across to Kenton Richardson. They've identified this right-hand side as a place to try and exploit at the moment, and Kenton's finding a lot of space, but they haven't used it to great effect just yet, have they?
Conor McBride thought he was being fouled there. It looks like the Eastleigh player was all over his back, but nothing given. But yeah, there's just not a lot of space anywhere, is there? Gateshead are going to have to get a little bit more creative here, and a little bit more, I think just a little bit more intensity in forward positions. And if you just move the ball a little bit quicker, try and move this Eastleigh defence around. I say Eastleigh defence, Eastleigh team, because they are, staying really solid.
Whelan wins the ball back off number 12 there, off Langston. Gateshead can build from the back as Job gives it to Grayson. Kent Richardson's acres of space again here. I don't know if Greenwood is an out-and-out right back or right wing back, but he's allowing far too much space over here.
I don't know if this is just a temporary switch, but it looks like Louis Story's moved out the right-hand side.
Yeah.
That back three and Mamadou Job's moved in the middle. I don't know. Maybe just Louis a bit more comfortable, bring the ball out, try and expose this right-hand side.
That's an interesting game of chess here between Richardson and Greenwood, because Greenwood doesn't know whether to stick or twist, does he? Because obviously Denanga's just on his other side there, and the ball comes through.
See, there's your example of staying patient. There was no need to rush that move there. The Gateshead could have just kept the ball, but they tried to force it a little bit too quickly, a little bit too much. And now we stay on the break.
Right-hand side of the pitch, Taylor receives it. And it's Muljuan. There's it back down the line. Anticipating a big cross in here, looking for Quigley, but Gateshead disrupt, and Grayson puts the ball out. Just thought he had got clipped there. He was hopping a little bit, but as Carl Walker's put, come on the heat. Thank you very much, everybody. Like and subscribe if you're listening on the YouTube stream. This ball crossed in, not crossed forward, sorry. Passed forward. It's not a cross forward, is it? Oh, Quigley in the box. Oh, just danced away from him there. That was a dangerous situation for Gateshead. And
well done.
They need to clear their lines a bit better than what they did moments ago. They've got the ball there. Evans, lovely bit of vision. No, the ball just didn't find Whelan. And now Reeves can try and conjure something up in midfield. Puts the ball over the top, looking for Bulduin. And Hannon goes down. And soft foul. We'll put that as
we'll call it that.
Yeah. I've been reading the dictionary, you know. I might have said dubious. Oh. Well, back underway. Francis, captain, brings the ball forward quickly, just about to close down. Picks out Richardson. Offside flag goes up, and I wasn't really watching Richardson there. I was watching for the tackle from Quigley there. So we'll give the assistant the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, you mentioned cat and mouse before. You saw a little bit of it there because Kenton's trying to play on the last defender, and Ed's held on the ball at Francis, and it's just that thing of I'm going to move, and then the defender pulls up, and you're offside, and that's gone on for a good 3-4 seconds there before the ball came. It just hasn't quite happened for either side yet, has it? It's been a lackluster start, shall we say.
Yeah, it's just lacking that little bit of quality, isn't it? Jude Job looks like he was pushed there, but Tanga plays the ball out. Back to Captain Martin, puts it over the top. A bit of a blind ball there. He was hoping for Taylor to run that one down, but he's nearly got a throw in for his troubles. The ball comes off Taylor, throw into Gateshead.
Yeah, Gateshead just need a little bit of inspiration here. Someone to take hold of this game.
Well, there's a few Eastleigh fans have made the trip up. Credit to them. It's a long, long trip, especially midweek. But Evans gets the ball, turns, lays it off to Hannant. Hannant plays it back to Grayson, and Grayson gives it to Job. And yeah, it does look like it's been a permanent switch, that, doesn't it? Between Job and Story in the centre there. So Job is the linchpin, as it were, at the back. Looking to bring this ball forward, but the movement again from Eastleigh, it is cat and mouse. It's who's going to twitch first. Waiting for this ball to make its way forward. Now to Francis, back to Grayson. Kent Richardson's just offside here if that ball's played from my view, but ball goes with Story in the centre. Plays it back to Job. Patient build-up play. They're waiting for the gaps to appear. And at the moment, Kent Richardson, he just had to...
That's good. That's good. Just keep the ball. I mean...
Just sat up from there, didn't it, a little bit?
But this is, there's just no space. And fair play to Eastleigh. They're working really hard to just close Gateshead down on the ball. And the person away from the one closing down is staying really disciplined here. If you look at the setup, it is very much sort of a 5-2-1-2, I would guess you probably describe that as it looks right now. But the work rate is phenomenal.
Yeah, as I say, the midfield is very fluid, isn't it? And Atatanga, who he's marshalling them about there in midfield. Job lays the ball off to Story. Story looks to keep the ball moving, puts it across as Taylor tries to close down, but Job finds himself in space and receives the ball.
I think there's some supporters getting frustrated. You can sort of understand, but Gateshead are doing all right things. They are keeping the ball. They're keeping possession. They're just trying to manoeuvre. That's a great ball.
Lovely ball. Whelan, can he just lay it off? McBride, he needs to pass it out to Richardson. He has done. Denanga's in the middle by himself. The corner ball comes off the defender, Greenwood. But that's better the way they moved that ball quicker.
So that's a lovely little example of what we need here, where it's that patient on the ball, and it's that one pass that unlocks the defence. It's really good from Gateshead.
Yeah, as I say, when Whelan turned, he opened everything up there, didn't he? Well, Francis, it's not going to be a short corner this time. Well, hustling about near the penalty spot. 90 minutes gone. In comes the delivery now. It's going to go deep. Off the guts, bounced down, headed down by Job, cleared. And now it's going to be a battle between Kent Richardson and Maguire. And Maguire trying to hold up. Does manage to get it to Bulgewin. Oh, the balls went through quickly, beat the offside trap, but the ball was for Taylor and he hesitated on that one. I think that was you should have played it seconds before. But Gateshead trying to bring the ball forward again for a Whelan. Evans trying to get involved. He's trying to pull defenders when he's running over, isn't he?
Yeah, it's lovely to...
Well, Hannant offside there. We're not level with that, but I thought he was on initially, but that's not rose-tinted glasses. But we're not fully in line with that decision.
It's lovely to see Kieran Evans making those runs because he is dragging defenders around, but at the minute he's just not getting the pass.
No.
I think you have to feel a little bit sorry for him. He's just on the fringes of this game at the moment. It's just not quite happening for him. Same with Marcus Denanga. You haven't really seen anything in Denanga, and he is making those runs in behind.
Yeah.
The ball's just not being fed through, and that's maybe an avenue Gateshead need to look at.
We've got to look at Langston and Martin as well, though they are sticking to him like glue. Just looking now at the pitch, he's got two players marking him in the event of him getting away. But Richardson plays it inside to Evans. Evans looks to get the ball over the top. He has it. It's beautifully timed. Whelan brings it down. Right-hand side, Denanga's in there. Oh, lovely touch. And ball comes in towards Denanga. Oh, he just couldn't get there. And I think the defender didn't get a touch. It's a goal kick. And, wow, that was lovely. Lovely play.
That's an unbelievable cross in from McBride, by the way. He's taking the defender. He's taking the keeper out of the game. Denanga, I think, is maybe just thinking the defender's going to get a touch on it and just hesitated, and that's just cost him what would have been probably a tap-in.
I've got to give credit to Whelan as well. I thought he had just, when he did that jink, I thought he had just lost control, but...
No, I think that's just a case of just needing a good angle on the cross, and he's done that by drawing the defender in and pulling the ball back to McBride, who had a better angle.
Goal kick taken. Louis Story nods it down. McBride gets on the ball. Whelan quickly plays it to McBride, who's onside.
It's good. Really good.
Francis sees Grayson on the far side there. Picks out Story on the halfway line. Whelan keeps the ball moving out to Richardson. Richardson, he needed the runner there. You've seen the arm come up from the sub-bench to say that you needed one. Lovely flick inside from Evans. Kent Richardson, does he pull it across or shoot? Oh, he's on the side of the bar and it goes across the far side. Hannon keeps it in. And now Gateshead try and turn a screw. Francis gives it to Hannant. Hannant under pressure from Aratanga. And Gateshead
just up the levels of in the last 2-3 minutes. And you can see if they can't get this ball moved quickly, as difficult as that is with this disciplined Eastleigh side, there is a chance here for Gateshead.
Well, Kent Richardson, he had us guessing till the very last second of what he was going to do with that.
I think the defender, by not closing down, made his mind up for him.
Yeah. Well, millimetres away from getting the ball in the back of the net as Kent Richardson's onside, but McBride has it on the corner of the box, lays it back to Whelan. Whelan now to Francis. Oh, lovely vision from Francis out to Richardson. Puts a cross in, takes a deflection, headed clear, only as far, and lovely touch from Richardson to get it back. And it goes out for a corner. And Gateshead, as you say, just going through the gears a little bit.
Yeah, you can sense it, can't you? There's a little bit of momentum building. They need to continue. There's some of the passing there has just been brilliant. I mean, it's a great ball out wide from, I think it was Whelan, wasn't it?
Francis.
From Francis, yeah. Sorry, to Kenton Richardson. The ball's just taking a little nick. Otherwise, I think it's getting into Denanga.
Well, I think as you say, he mentioned. Oh, the ball comes in there, nodded back across. Oh, it hasn't been cleared. Whelan gets a shot away. He couldn't get it on. It's a deflection now. I think the likes of Evans and McBride are going to have to just get in closer to McBride, to Denanga, to give him that little bit of support that he needs.
I 100% agree. Yeah, at the moment, Marcus is very much the only one in around that penalty area. Yeah. When that ball's going out wide, whether it's to Luke Hannon, whether it's to Kenton Richardson, Gateshead maybe one of the midfielders, and Evans, although he's not the biggest lad, get yourself in the box, be a nuisance.
Numbers in there makes a difference. We're going to have a corner from the far side.
It just feels very comfortable for Eastleigh at the moment in that area.
Well, let's say we mentioned that the two big defenders are following Marcus Denanga around like shadows at the moment.
Oh, that's nice.
Played off.
Oh,
The ball wasn't the greatest from Evans, and now they're on the attack. Eastleigh and Taylor's on this side. He's been spotted, but the ball goes forward to Visualdwin. Oh, he takes a shot off there. He had too much time. He didn't realise, and he should have really at least hit the target.
Yeah, he's just been a bit rash there, hasn't he? There's absolutely no need to take it that early.
No.
He could have drawn Harrison Bond off his line. He could have done anything, but instead he's just gone a bit rash.
At least make the keeper work.
Yeah, absolutely.
In that situation.
A little bit of a let off, though.
Definitely. Just shows you that the passing in and around can easily come apart, and that was within 2 seconds up the other end of the pitch.
And there's a threat. You know, they are going to try and sit back and play on the break. They're going to try and stay in this game for as long as possible. And Gateshead have got to be aware of that. Well,
they use the big man to effect. He isn't going to be the man that's sprinting forward for these, is he?
Lovely
ball. Oh, well done from, I think it was Langston there. Denanga was coming round. He's put it out for a throw here on the right-hand side, level with the corner of the box. Throw into Story. Kenton just hugs that right-hand touchline still, but the ball's with Job in the centre. Story back to Job in the centre circle.
Yeah, Louis Story that's just screaming for some movement. When he's got the ball, he's got nothing.
Well, Whelan shows for him here, and now can he get a runner in front of him? As he's got two players there right in front that are closing down them angles really well for him to. Well, as I say, for them, closing down the angle for Whelan at the moment. But Gateshead just on the halfway line. Evans turns. Oh, nearly got the ball out there, but Hannon keeps it in. Back to Grayson. Job just crosses the halfway line, calmly passes it back to Story. 26 minutes gone, 0-0. Gateshead just trying to turn themselves through the gears here. They've had a couple of good breaks. If you're just joining us, Whelan still got the ball and does well. Gets to McBride. McBride has, does well. He tried to pass it back. It's just Gateshead need to stay focused. We've seen how quickly Eastleigh can break for a missed pass as they pass it back to McDonald.
No challenge.
No, Taylor was there to nod it out to Bulgerwin. Is Bulgerwin going to keep it in? He hasn't, and it's a throw on the far side. And yeah, that's where you've got to respect Eastleigh. The counter attack has been, I'll say, a couple of times when they've done it, it's alarming from a Gateshead point of view.
Yeah, there's a threat here on the break. You know, you look at Eastleigh, they've come to set up and frustrate Gateshead. So far, they're doing it very, very well. But it's difficult to stay.
Story drives forward, like Beckenbauer lays it off to Francis. Denanga, the ball just didn't find its target in Evans.
Very good.
But Gateshead win the ball back. Hannon drives forward with the ball. He's got players in and around him. McBride, Whelan. Whelan looks up. He's going to have Richardson. Now we need players to get into the box. There's some there. Can Richardson put the ball in? Oh, ball down. Oh, Whelan wins a corner. Yeah, just put it down towards the dead ball line. Whelan tried to pull it back across. But
what I was trying to say was that it's very hard to stay focused for 90 minutes like this. Eventually, there will be little slips in that Eastleigh side, and that's when Gateshead have got to be ruthless and they've got to really take those opportunities.
Well, we mentioned about 5 minutes ago that we needed a player to get up there into those areas and make the defenders run, and Whelan's that player that's doing it at the moment.
He is, and he's making some lovely runs in the in that sort of that corridor down on the right hand side. More of an underlap than an overlap, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, in comes the delivery from Francis. Keeper all day can get that one. It was straight at him, wasn't it?
Yeah, a little bit too floaty.
Nobody challenging at the front post. McDonald just slowing it down. I'm going to throw it out here to Greenwood.
Good work rate from Denanga there, closing down.
Well, Captain Martin is across the far side, gets it back. And look to go through the centre here, but Gateshead read it and intercepted. Nice play from Evans just to slow it down. And Kent Richardson comes out to this right-hand side again, and there's Whelan, spots him, and Gateshead have players running into the centre. Can they get a delivery into them, though? As Kent Richardson uses a bit of footwork. Vision to pick out Francis on the edge of the box. Lovely little thing. Evans, he come in, chested it, and he was going to go for the volley. And if that had come off, I think Hannon would have been probably twitching for goal of the season, wouldn't he?
Yeah, it's a lovely little ball, isn't it, over the top? And Evans has done everything right. It's a good first touch. And he's made good contact. I think if the defender doesn't get in the way there, the keeper's got a problem. Unfortunately, the deflection's come off Callum Whelan and gone out for a goal kick. But again, more little bit of invention needed from Gateshead.
Well, if you are just joining us either on the Heat Army podcast audio stream or on National League TV, thank you for joining us. We're into the 30th minute, 0-0. Gateshead slightly on top, but that means nothing when it's 0-0 as Gateshead nod the ball back. And appeals for a foul there, but quickly rolled out to Richardson, who can bring the ball forward for Gateshead. Francis in acres of space there. Sees the runner and McBride, but Greenwood's there to intercept. And now Gateshead can pick up the loose ball as Richardson under pressure from Maguire. He got it to Francis. Francis now. Hannon's just come in narrow, hasn't he? On that lovely footwork from Evans. Evans brings it forward, lays it off to Richardson.
Got 3v2 for work this.
In comes a ball towards the back post. There's nobody there. And I've just got to say that Hannon was just sitting too narrow when the ball went over to that side. He didn't give an option.
I think what I would say, though, is, and I quickly mentioned it there, Ken Richardson's cut inside and he's got 3v2. You've got Callum Whelan, you've got Conor McBride there. And instead he's trying to put the cross in where there's only one in the box. Really, I think they could have worked that 3v2 and got an overload and got in this right-hand side again.
But they're still getting in them positions to create these things. So, from a Gator perspective, but Eastleigh, the referee wants to
talking to here.
Yeah, I think
Chris Maguire. I think.
Well, are we gonna get us back under? Oh no, he's talking to Maguire. Captain's going over as well. Aaron Martin is he allowed to do so? Obviously, not happy with the decision that happened before. He felt he was upended. Well, referee has had his say, and we're going to get back underway momentarily. There we go. There's the whistle. And Joe McDonald can take his goal kick. It's like a bullet, that one, but Story's there to head it back up. Headed forward again. Get to bring it down. Lovely touch from Francis to take it past Taylor there. Inch perfect. Quigley. He's putting in the work as a front man there to get back and help out.
I think he's never been away at Francis, isn't it?
Yeah. Story gets it to McBride. McBride, he's got options. Plays it out to Richardson. Now we need players in the box. There is a few there. We need a delivery. Richardson. Francis. Patient play, but
good.
There wasn't much on. So they're going to try and build again. Everyone inside the Eastleigh half bar Harrison Bond. Lovely ball from Whelan to McBride. Gateshead passing the ball with ease at the moment, but they need to unlock the defence. As the ball goes across to Job. Grayson. Back to Job.
That's good.
Out to Richardson on the right-hand side.
Go and commit.
Story gives it back to Job. All inside the Eastleigh half this still at the moment.
This is really good from Eastleigh, and I know people will say they're just sitting back, but the movement, the way they're forcing Gateshead backwards, the pressure, the intensity they're doing it with is very good.
And that's one of the things that you've got to look at as the game goes on, is the intensity of what they are doing things with. Believe Eastleigh are full-time, but any team out of possession of the ball is going to tire chasing shadows at times. But at the moment, Gateshead still passing it around. Lovely movement. Whelan brings it forward. He's got Richardson to his right-hand side, who he uses, puts a cross in. It was a low one. It's been hook clear, and it's a throw-in on our right-hand side. Looked like it was going to spin. It was going to spin back in there. It's like a West Indian spin bowler. But we're back underway. Whelan.
Not massive sure the West Indies are famed for the spin ball.
I don't know much about cricket. I think I've been found out there.
Fast bowlers, maybe.
Fast bowlers. Well, there we go. There's a ball chipped into the centre there, but not really anyone there to aim at. And now the ball hooked clear by Eastleigh, and it'll trickle out for a throw-in on the far side. Can't believe there's no spin bowlers in the West Indies. I'm really disappointed.
I wouldn't go that far. I mean, they have had good spin bowlers in the past, but they're more famed for their fast bowlers.
I'll stick to the football references. At least I'll get one of them right every so often, about once a season. 34 minutes gone, still 0-0.
I wonder how many people on National League 2 have just switched off.
Yeah, probably loads. Disgusted at the cricket talk.
Yeah, still 12 minutes to go until half time, and Gateshead having the better of the game, but haven't really tested O'Donnell yet, have they?
No,
Sorry, McDonald.
Yeah. Kenton gets the ball on the right hand side. He's seen a lot of the ball tonight as he has it back from Francis. Oh, the vision was there. Oh, it didn't sit up. And there was a lovely run inside from Evans, and Kenton tried to get the ball to him. Quickly keeps the ball in, and now this is dangerous. And there's a ball going to come across to this far side towards Maguire, but it wasn't good enough, and Story was there. And Gateshead through Francis can pump this ball forward towards Hannant, and Hannant has it on the far side. Drives into the box, pulls it back across, guns a corner.
Yeah, a little bit of inexperience there from Mamadou Job. Just, need to do the simple thing. He was last man, so Gateshead, got away with that one a little bit. But great ball from Ed Francis out to Hannant. A lovely first touch. Good defending. Again, you've just got to say and admit it was good defending to get back in and stop the cross.
Quickly was showing his experience on the far side there as well, though, wasn't he?
Very
Job. Waiting for the corner on the far side. In it comes, and I thought that the Gateshead didn't get off the bench, but Evans goes for a one from distance. And it trickles through and hooked clear by Eastleigh. Gateshead pick it up though through Francis, and Eastleigh push out to get their shape back. And they've quickly done so. Just feel if there is going to become a goal from Gateshead, it might not come from Dinanga because he's so heavily marked at the moment. He's going to have to really time a good run here or a jump for a cross. But now Reeves brings the ball forward, cuts inside.
Oh, come on.
Showing his footwork there, and ball over the top, looking for the run of a Bulgerwin, and didn't even make the run, and it's going to go all the way out for a goal kick to Gateshead. That Harrison Bond will take. All in pink tonight, Harrison Bond. And if anyone else wants to know their keeper fashion, we've got McDonald in green for our audio listeners. But Story brings the ball forward.
Where's the movement?
McBride gets it to Dinanga. Lovely footwork from Dinanga. Holds it up, gets it out to Richardson and gets himself back into position. And Gateshead still enjoying a lot of the ball. As we've mentioned before, need that pass to unlock it. And could this be the one from there as Evans skirts in and wins another corner?
I've got to say again, defensively, this is excellent from Eastleigh.
Yeah,
it really is. They're just, closing down every Gateshead opportunity. Just when they think they've got away from that grasp, it's a cross or a shot or a pass that's blocked.
It's Gateshead are having to do a full array of attacks here, aren't they? They're not just doing the same thing. Francis once again on corner duty.
That's a big gap of that near post if someone attacks it.
And McBride is tussling with Taylor. Goes towards, and was he pushed down there and lost his foot, and then the ball bounces over Job's head, but can he keep it in? He can, plays it down the line. There is Hannant. He's got Richardson in the centre circle now. And Richardson just calmly passes back to Harrison Bond, who's in centre-back position.
It's more centre midfielder. Yeah. Deep line midfielder at the moment.
Well, Hannant lays it back to Grayson.
I think there was some frustration from McDonald there. Scream at his defence there.
Francis gets the ball to Dinanga. Dinanga holds it up, does well, gets it to Story out to Richardson. Cuts inside with the ball. Trying to open up Eastleigh that way. Out to Grayson. Hannant. And Hannant cuts inside, gives it to Grayson. He tries to get the ball back, and now Evans has the ball. Can he get past his man, lays it off to Grayson. Grayson carried forward a few yards and puts it out to Hannant. Grayson continued his run, dead ball line, wins it. Is it going to go out for a corner? It is. Another corner to Gateshead.
It's just like watching the same attack all over again, isn't it? Just left-hand side. Yeah. As soon as they get in, good from Grayson, committing, and trying to create space, but his cross is blocked by a defender.
As we await this delivery from France. Oh no, it isn't Francis. It's is it Hannant? Hannant takes it short. Evans lays it off to Hannant on the corner of the box. Oh, it's been nodded up in the air. Keeper comes out to receive it. So there wasn't much conviction in that cross there, was there?
Honestly, I think if it got past the defender, I don't think it would have done anything anyway, because it was just a bit too low, the wrong trajectory on it. But yeah, it's been a frustrating first half for Gateshead, and they're just going to have to do a little bit more second half. And like I said, just move the ball maybe a little bit quicker, and just need a little bit more movement up top.
I'm expecting to see a little bit more from Taylor in the second half from Eastleigh. He seems to be the man that's being able to ghost into those spaces on attacks, but they haven't really utilised him so far. But the ball now with Grayson. Evans with a lovely crossfield ball to Kenton Richardson, brings it down. He's got 4 shirts to aim for in the box. He's still going, lays it off to Story. Francis. It's going to come back out to Whelan here on the right-hand side, I think. It is. And Whelan now can lay it off the Story. Back to Richardson, who finds himself on the right-hand side. In comes the cross. It's a low one. It bounces. It's been hooked clear. And Gateshead can get back in possession of the ball through Hannant. Evans picks out Richardson. Right-hand side. He is finding a lot of space there, isn't he, Richardson?
Did you hear that shout or shoot?
I didn't hear the sound, the sound of shoot, but
ambitious.
That'd be an audacious one from there. Story. Richardson. Denanga shows. Oh, lovely touch. It just didn't get through to Evans, and the ball's been hooked clear. One is for a Story. Richardson back to Story, and a lot of calm, composed passing from Gateshead at the moment. What seems to a little return to how Gateshead played at the beginning of the season. We've been a little bit more direct in recent games. The ball got through from Story, but McDonald, not the greatest kick, but it's nodded on. Gateshead can pick up the loose ball.
Going to go out on a limb and say he's not left-footed.
Yeah, possibly.
Because he looked anything but comfortable when he kicked that there.
Evans starting to grow into the game a bit now. He's getting a bit more of the ball.
He's had to come a little bit deeper to do it, but that's because the final third is so crowded at the moment with Eastleigh defenders and Marcus Denanga.
Well, Job, centre circle, carries it forward. Grayson. And at the moment, 42 minutes gone, still 0-0, but Gateshead are winning in the possession stakes, but that doesn't win a game. Out it comes to Richardson. McBride on the underlap. Back to Richardson. Francis in acres of space here if he can pick out the target. He goes for a shot himself. Oh, headed over the bar. And, well, I think that was going to be on target. Whether or not good in the back of the net, I don't know, but Gateshead found space there.
You get the feeling it's going to be a mistake or a moment of genius here, don't you?
For either side.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, it's got that feel about it, hasn't it? As Francis puts it in, this one's closer. Off the crossbar. Oh, well.
Great header from Job.
It certainly was. The keeper didn't get anywhere near it. I think he might have been able to tip it away if he had have got there, but got to hit the target better in them situations. Maguire in deep conversation with his manager down here. Can't say there'll be much added on here at the end, maybe 1 minute at most. We had one stoppage for a conversation and one for a little foul, wasn't there? Denanga.
Good touch.
Keeps the ball moving for Gateshead, and Whelan can bring the ball forward. McBride. Back inside to Whelan. Just seems to be a little bit of space opening up for Gateshead here. There's Richardson, right-hand side. Whelan. Back to Richardson. Denanga would have been offside if the ball had come through, but it goes back out to Whelan. Oh, lovely to McBride, pulls it back across. Oh, it's just been cleared by Reeves. He's done absolutely fantastic there. smallest man on the pitch and made the biggest impact in defence there.
Yeah, he's done brilliantly. Great first touch with his chest and just taking it away, because if he hadn't intercepted there, Gateshead really were in.
Story. Richardson, right hand side of the pitch. All the way back to Job. Grayson. Francis. Oh, the ball nearly through, but Langston did very well to stop that one going through. Brought down by Story to Whelan. Richardson. Story. Francis puts it back out to Richardson, just in front of the Gateshead dugout. Francis. Now it's with Grayson, back to Francis. All inside the Eastleigh half. Whelan, he's got space. He's got Richardson right-hand side. Puts it into the centre. Denanga goes in with the header and couldn't get it on target. And there's appeals for a corner, but it was a goal kick all day.
Yeah, again, it's a difficult ball for Denanga to get goalwards. He's really got to come and attack the ball, but he's going away from goal.
The position, and you prefer him to have a swipe at it, but because of the way it went, he could have had to get down to it, didn't he, with his head? And it does look like there's going to be 1 minute added on here, and we're in the last 3 seconds. So 1 minute to be added on of additional time here at the end of the first half.
Yeah, I mean, Gateshead have been good in patches, but they've been largely frustrated by how do we put it, unambitious Eastleigh side, but one that is as I said, disciplined and staying well structured.
Ball back to Harrison Bond. And Atatonga wins the ball in midfield, and now he's going to go for a pop himself. And I think that summed up Eastleigh's evening with frustration at the moment, that he went for a shot from there, unless he thought the keeper was in no man's land. But at the moment, wasted opportunity to try and get the ball further forward up the pitch. One last attack for Gateshead here. In the dying moments, as Whelan in space can bring it forward. Right hand side, he gives it to Kenton Richardson. McBride lays it off to Francis. People saying shoot. Whelan has it, and now he can get it out to Richardson. Richardson now he's got space to pull it across. It's deep. It's Hannant. Headed off the line. Denanga not on the back. Oh, it should have been a corner, but it's a half-time whistle goes, and Gateshead could not get the ball over the line there. It's all a scramble, but Mark, as mentioned before, if it was possession, Gateshead would have had it out of sight by now, but it isn't one on that. But positive signs for Gateshead that they've been in control of the game, as it were. Yeah,
I think it's hit the post 3 times now.
Yep.
One cleared off the line, and doing everything the right way. I think you may well see a Kane Adam come on, sometime in the second half. And try and open them up with a bit of pace as well, and obviously DeJohn Brown as well. Frustrating 45 minutes, but fair play to Eastleigh. They've been disciplined, they've been organised. I'm using the same words again, but that's how they've been.
Yeah, they say they've come here with a job to do, and they're doing it well. It'll be frustrating to watch for the Eastleigh fans not having much of the ball, but we'll see what happens in the second half. We're going to put up on our audio a interview with Luke Walsh. I know we need to put a new one up, but for our national TV streaming service, we will be going silent, and we'll be back with you in about 10 minutes, just before the teams come back out for the second half. And thank you for joining us this evening. That should be a very big show. And we have another, 1 second, where is it? We have another Heed Army podcast polo t-shirt to give away as well. So we'll be doing that on that show. So everyone involved for that. Right, I'd be amiss if I didn't bring our guest in straight away. I haven't seen him since Wembley. Lovely lad, lovely family as well. Hello, Luke. How are you doing?
Not too bad. Costco for Chadwick, anyone?
Yeah.
Well, you can have him, but no, I'm not going to say that.
Yeah.
Before we go any further, lads, I was talking about the podcast yesterday and at the match, and I was talking to a load of Gateshead fans. And Luke, do you realise how many people realise how good you are at the Gateshead? And amongst the Gateshead fans that give you nothing but compliments yesterday.
Honestly, generally, I'm not even joking. It must be a Gateshead thing because, just your fan base in general. When I went down to Wembley, obviously I met you, Dave, and I think I met one of the directors there. And
Tony Carter,
it's just up north. It's just northern, isn't it? Just very friendly people, to be honest, especially from your parts. So yeah, it was really good. But also, I think we bumped into Owen Bailey's parents down there.
Yeah, they're lovely.
Family, and they, were very, very nice people.
Look,
so.
you also like us because we're very nice and we never beat you. It's very nice of us.
What I mean,
we just turn up and go on. We're not going to beat you. We're not even score goals past you now. So
Yeah. And again, I think it's a better. Maybe you'll disagree, but it's a better point for you on Monday than it is for us. I don't know. Us being at home, you probably expect us to win. Oh no, you don't have to do this, do you? Hang
on, Davey. Davey, I've got my pillows for the highlights. I'll just
well, just look. And of course, there's the Shea in all its glory, and obviously, I pressed something.
There it is in all its glory.
That was all the highlights that we had. I didn't download it properly, but
I want to be. It's a serious question. That one that we had at your place in, I think it was early March. Yeah. Or the one on Saturday, which was actually worse.
The one in March.
Yeah, probably that one still. But it wasn't a pretty watch on Saturday, was it? It's not Saturday,
yesterday.
Yesterday, yeah. As obviously, I was unable to. I had the family. I wasn't able to listen in, so I was following it by Twitter updates. And then at half time, I thought, well, it's 0-0. Obviously, you just fear you're going to lose to a 1-0 at the Shea, like normal. But it was just the case. And then when we went to man down, we have a little group chat on WhatsApp, and I was like, I'm not hopeful here, lads. I said a draw would be a miracle. But with less expletives. But I think for us to get a draw, I think considering going down to 10 men was a good result for us.
Yeah. I think if you went to 11 men, I think it could have gone on until about 9 o'clock at night, and none of it would have scored. It was just so. I don't know what it was. It just felt like we were never going to score. We're lacking something going forward. Of course, I think if Desaruwe was playing, we would have gone on to win. And even at half time, I was thinking we'll come out in the second half and we'll probably go and beat you when Gates are tired, because we know you're usually carrying on from last season better in the first half than the second. But it was just a proper naff game once again. You actually kept the ball very well, but I have to say, going forward, I think we defended well. But Dinanga and Chadwick didn't have a sniff. Don't get me wrong, I'd take them at Halifax any day. But you know what I mean.
I think for us, there was 6 changes as well, because we'll get into it later on when we cover the game on Saturday. The massacre. It wasn't a great game on Saturday, but for us to make that many changes and show a little bit of strength in depth was one of the positives that we can come away with, especially because we've hemorrhaged a few goals this season, even though we've started well. To keep a clean sheet with 10 men, I think was a massive shot in the arm to show that we can keep it tight at the back.
Yeah.
So,
what was your opinion of the referee, Luke?
I'm trying to think now, because I never like to blame the refs, to be honest. I always try and think, I think we had a call for a penalty, to be fair, but I know our fans were big. There were a lot of booing coming from our end. I don't know if any of you heard that.
It's one of the questions we've just had there. Luke, what's your thoughts on the boos at full time yesterday?
Pathetic, to be honest. There's something about our fan base is, for us to be supporting Halifax, I think says a lot, which I appreciate to everyone who does support Halifax. Same with you guys with Gates, and I think, anyone could support a Man United or Man City, but there's something just proper toxic about our fan base. We could have been top of the league yesterday, and then we draw 0-0 to you guys, and there'd be boos at full time.
Yeah,
I don't understand it.
The margins are so fine because, as you say, just 2 points you could have been top of the league, and it's nothing really to boo about, really, is it?
No, it's not. It wasn't the fact that the players weren't trying. Yes, you might say we probably could have been a bit more positive going forward and being a bit more direct, but you were just very well organised. I think we have to give you credit. We're just lacking quality, and you can't boo players for lacking quality. It's not their fault to a certain extent, is it? And it's frustrating, but
have you been
I
scoring
think they're
many goals?
yeah.
I think they're sending off changed the game because you weren't getting a kick until we had a man sent off.
Yeah. You weren't.
But-
No, we weren't even touching the ball. To be fair, it were a tough watch.
I don't think
I asked the linesman to throw another ball on for you so you could have a kick.
Yeah.
And we had the poor scores looking like as a linesman on our side where we were, and what a load of crap that bloke was. Jesus.
Yeah.
Hey, but,
And the referee gave some very curious decisions both ways, I thought.
But hey, we had no arguments about the sending off. I mean, he could have actually went off in the first half incident. Never mind the second half. So
yeah,
we thought it was just a booking. It was a book. It was a second booking. I will admit that. But
well, the first booking could have been a sending off, Luke. The one in the first half.
Yeah, I think honestly, though, I wouldn't say we were the better team. Even when we went down to 10 men. I don't think either of us looked like we're going to score. But I thought if it was a team that I'd say they would probably edged it, be you guys, which is quite surprising because we're usually very good on home turf.
Yeah.
Just
a little sorry, Mickey. Mickey, I saw your face in the back of Freddie Armstrong's YouTube video. You looked a bit unhappy at I'm going to have to have a look for that.
It's probably best I don't say because Poppy and Tabitha will be listening, but I'll not say what I said, but it was along the lines of you, silly boy.
Yeah.
Were you a bit upset, Mickey?
Well, I'd seen the first incident and I thought he was lucky not to get sent off there.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I thought myself, if the referees went and if the linesman or someone's gone in and say, I think he might have got that wrong. As soon as Hannon made the next mistake, he was always going to send them off.
The thing is, now it gives the likes of Tom Allen a chance to start. So it shows the strength and depth that we've got this season. Obviously a lot better than last season. Got another one here. Obviously, there was a debut on Saturday. Joe Grayson had a fantastic game at the back. Looking forward to seeing more of him. Mickey, of course, you were there. How did the settle in at the back?
He done really well. I thought he done excellent. Like I say, for the first half, I think there was 3 shots in the whole game. Was it, Luke?
It was
3 or 4 shots.
I looked at Y Scout yet.
And we must have had about 85% possession in that first half.
Yeah, you were. I'm going to admit you were the better team, and I think you were better Gateshead side than the side we saw last season. I personally think, and like you mentioned, you had players out injured. I know, is it Whelan? Now he's out.
Yeah, Whelan's out for about 10 weeks. We're going to come into that later on, but of course, if I haven't seen on social media, he's got a stage 3 or a category 3, grade 3 tear in the thigh, which can take a while. So hopefully, don't want to rush him back, but hopefully just get him back. That's the main thing.
Could you hear we're telling we where to shove your Yorkshire puddings?
Oh, it will do it. I like that because the problem that we've got is because when sides bring less than 5, any stand, they're so far away from each other. It's from where everyone's chanting. It's very hard to give it back and forth, isn't it? Which is part of football and what we love. But for some reason, it was actually kind of working on Saturday. I know we were singing FA Trophy Champions. You'll never sing that. I don't know. While I've got you.
Well, you join us back here at Gateshead International Stadium as we wait the teams to come back out here for the second half. And if you are still with us, I would like to hit like and subscribe for the second half. And of course, for our viewers on National League TV, thank you very much for joining us again here on the National League TV. It's always lovely to have you here with us as Gateshead are coming back out onto the pitch here, as we will be waiting for Mark to come back from the toilet. In fact, he can get on the other side there. I'll be able to sit down. So there we go. We are back and ready to go for the second half here at Gateshead International Stadium.
Let's come back on loan.
Yeah, well, that's good. Well, just for anyone here, there's obviously a bit of a celebrity in the stands, and not just Mark Carruthers, but we had Macaulay McLangstaff pop over for a chat there, which was lovely to see him, and he's looking very well and in fine health. And I say, between you, me, and the Garden Post, relieved that the January transfer window's over by the looks of it, and he can concentrate on his football.
When you say you, me, and the Garden Post, I mean you, me, and everyone listening.
Yes. Oh, you spoil the illusion. But Harrison Bond is the player out. He's having a quick warm-up with Gateshead's goalkeeping coach to our right-hand side here, as we await both teams to come back out for the second half here. It's currently 0-0 between Gateshead and Eastleigh. And, of course, Eastleigh famously known as the Spitfires. Now, don't know, Mark, I don't know if your non-league knowledge will go this far. Are Paget Rangers called the Spitfires as well?
Who?
Paget Rangers.
Yeah, why not?
Because we played them in the FA Trophy years ago and got beat. It was an awful game. But their ground was built on the site of the original Rolls-Royce engine factories for the Spitfires in the Second World War.
No, they're called the Bears.
Are they called the Bears, are they? Ah, well, there we go. Completely wrong. So just a little bit of knowledge for everybody there. Just
literally led us down the garden path for nothing.
That was as good as my cricket knowledge. Yeah.
Good. I will say again, the West Indies did have some famous spin bowlers, but it's not what they're known for.
The moment's passed now. The moment's passed. We've established I'm an idiot.
Because Indian, Sri Lanka, and Pakistan.
Yeah, I know.
Very famous for spin bowlers.
Now I know that, and it'll haunt me in my sleep for the next few weeks.
I mean, I'm going to bring it up every opportunity. So,
well, say thank you for joining us here on the Heed Army podcast. And if you'd like to join us, we will be talking about this game on Thursday evening and previewing the FA Trophy 5th round game away to Hereford on Saturday. So if you'd like to join us 8 p.m. on Thursday evening, same place as you're listening here for the audio listeners on our YouTube channel, please do hit like and subscribe and the bell, because of late we used to have the show regularly on a Thursday evening, but due to outside factors, children illness, and people not being able to make the show, we've been moving it around somewhat. But so hit that bell and you will get a notification every time we go live. And live is the best way to watch it, because you can send your messages in and have your say with us on the show. And it's your messages that make the show work. We can waffle on all we like, but it's your opinions that we want to know about your football team. But Gateshead are back out onto the pitch here, and we'll be underway momentarily. Gateshead shooting towards the River Tyne end and Eastleigh towards the Felon end. So there we go.
No changes.
No
Gateshead,
changes yet.
From either side.
Interesting chat between some of the midfield players there for Eastleigh, just in a little huddle there. There's Taylor, Atatanga, and Reeves there, all in deep conversation.
Yeah, we'll get to see. You mentioned the battle first half. That battle of wills on the right hand side, on Gateshead's right. You're going to see similar this side with Baldvine and Luke Hannant. Kind of saw a little inkling of it in the first half, didn't we? Where very similar to what happened with Kenton Richardson down this side. It's going to be exactly the same here, because Luke Hannant has to get in this game more. Gateshead have to get Luke Hannant in this game more to make something happen. Everything's come down the right-hand side so far.
Yeah. Well, referee just checking with both officials, checking his watch. And we're underway for the second half here. As Ben Reeves puts the ball forward. Gateshead pick it up, though, in midfield through Francis. And Quigley wins the ball and goes for a shot from distance. And, well, like in the first half, Eastleigh just dying to get a shot away, and instead of trying to get the ball further forward. But Gateshead trying to build here through Denanga.
That's really good from Denanga.
Ball out to the far side, and Kenton Richardson can just take a touch Play it inside. Back to Richardson from Francis. And
Not very often you see Francis caught in possession like that, is it?
no, not at all. But just shows you the work rate that we've been seeing from Eastleigh. It's continued in the second half as Grayson manages to get the ball to Hannon. Hannon's ball inside, skips through, and Gateshead managed to get it in possession as Evans brings the ball forward, puts the ball out to Richardson, right-hand side. Whelan, corner of the box. Brings it inside, lays it off to Francis. People are appealing for him to shoot, but the ball's going to go back out to the right-hand side to Richardson. And that back four of Eastleigh, very compact inside the box. But Gateshead passing it around as Evans lays it back off to Francis. Whelan back to Francis. It's camped out on the edge of the Eastleigh area at the moment. Whelan now looks to play it out to Richardson. Can he get a delivery? Cut inside with the ball. He's going to lay it off to Francis, and Whelan pops out to that right-hand side, but the ball goes through the centre to McBride. Was that a foul? Referee says no, but Evans has it. Puts it out to Hannon now. Now with Grayson inside to Francis. Grayson again. Francis. Gateshead just trying to unlock the ball through, and there's a lovely ball to Denanga. Gets the ball out from underneath his feet, gets a shot off into the legs and cleared. And now Gateshead can win the ball back through. Whelan there. Reeves didn't have a chance to get away, and lovely footwork from Grayson to keep the ball moving for Gateshead. Started at electric pace for in and around in close quarters here.
Need some movement.
Ball back to Job. Out to Story.
Turn.
McBride.
Good
nice feet. And put the ball back to Story, who just trots back into position. Whelan. McBride. Drives with the ball. Oh, Whelan on the inside. Oh, nice feet as well from Whelan, but the ball needs to get into the centre. And now Gateshead can lay it off to Evans. Evans, edge of the area. Nice touch to Hannant. Francis. It's all Gateshead in possession at the moment. Eastleigh chasing shadows as Story gets involved now on the ball. And Story puts it to Whelan. Whelan goes for a shot himself. Deflects. Oh, past the post. And I think the keeper, I thought he had got a hand to that, but it's a goal kick. Both the linesman and the referee took the time on that one.
Yeah, I think just unsure, weren't they? Just didn't have a clue what they were given. But yeah, I think sometimes Gateshead might have tried something like that and get an early shot away, just to try and catch this defence unawares. Whelan there wasn't really closed down, which is the first time we've seen that tonight. And it's a good effort, but just get past that far post.
Yeah, it's hard to gauge how close it was from our angle, but it looked like it was within a foot or two, didn't it?
Well, the keeper was panicking.
Yep. As Job wins the header. Grayson comes across and clears the ball, and I think that's going to go out of play. It has to throw probably just in front of the dugouts. Yeah, referee wants it back on the halfway line. Ball played across to Longston. Ball through. Oh, lovely read by Grayson to intercept. And Grayson back on the ball. Francis. Evans pings a ball across there, asking a little bit much of Louis' Story, but Richardson comes back to help out.
Oh, Colin Whelan's just made a great run there.
So did McBride. And
good.
Still
Really
with Gateshead though at the moment as Whelan has it. He's got Richardson on the overlap, but I think he might go inside with the ball here. He does to Story.
Louis Story's been really positive on the ball, trying to force the game and move it forward. He says that as he plays a sideways pass, but he is trying to move the ball forward, be a bit more progressive from a defensive position. It's helping Gateshead take the game to Eastleigh even more.
Evans now carries the ball down the left hand side, lays it off to Hannant. And Gateshead played all the way back to Harrison Bond, who's about 10 yards outside his area.
You'd love to see what the possession stats were this, wouldn't you?
Yeah, it's noticeable.
Great
Lovely
ball.
crossfield ball to pick out Richardson, who's been in that space all game. Comes in with the ball, Lays it for, he tried to pick out the run of Denanga. It would have been beautiful if it had come off. And Evans just disrupts and interrupts, and Gateshead held back in possession. And lovely, did well there, McBride. It's with Whelan, right hand side, drives towards the corner of the box, still going Whelan. Through, tries to get to Denanga, the ball skips away. And at the moment, Gateshead win the ball back here. Story, lovely little chip. Evans just holds up, does very well. Shirt was pulled by Taylor there. Gateshead still in possession. Bride gets the ball into Whelan. Now back with Richardson. Whelan, McBride, corner ball.
Yeah, good start, this, isn't it?
Yeah,
really good start. First 6-7 minutes. Gateshead really taking the game to Eastleigh once again, and it feels a little bit more intent about Gateshead this half.
Definitely. The ball is predominantly moving forward now instead of side to side and back. Corner on the far side. And Francis, the man to take it. Story runs towards the near post. We're in the centre there. Grayson didn't get the head on it, and Job can collect. Lays it back to Hannant, who was looking around there, very aware of who was around and who wasn't, but it goes back to Richardson. Richardson brings the ball forward inside to Evans. Evans picks out Story and across it goes.
Panicked there, Evans, didn't he?
Yeah. Well, now Evans is back on the ball. What can he do this time? Takes a touch and carries it inside. Feints. Plays it inside there. Gets the ball back. Can Evans finish it now? Lovely tackle there from the captain, Martin. But yeah, we're just starting to see him get involved. He's got a little bit of a limp there, Evans, so I think he's all right. Denanga tries to flick the ball through for the run wheel, and it's played back to the keeper. And yeah, we're just starting to see a little bit of creativity, aren't we, with the forward men? They're moving into space to start. They weren't in the first half.
Well, that's probably the first time that they've looked to play off Denanga properly, where the 1-2 with Evans, just a little better first touch, and Evans was in there. But it's kind of the first time in the whole game we've seen that happen, that little bounce pass off. It's a foul.
Well, there's a push by Quigley on Grayson, but Quigley has the ball, plays it off Grayson, and it is a corner to Eastleigh.
This will be a threat, they're big side.
Is this their first corner? I think it is, yeah. That tells a story in itself of this game. But, as Mark mentioned, strong, big, physical side, and the delivery has to be good here. Because corners have been few and far between for Eastleigh so far. Maguire just places the ball down now. Got a movement in and around the penalty area. In comes the delivery. It's a quick one, and this hasn't been cleared yet. Hooked away by Gates on the far side. And I think there's Bulger in there, wasn't it? That was come flying in, and now Reeves has got opportunity. He's took off his feet. And the shot, curling shot. What a finish that is. And I think it was Bulger in there that put that into the back of the net. Curled it in from outside the area, or it may have been Long King. We'll get that confirmed. But wow.
It's a great finish, isn't it? We were just saying the little mix-up, or what felt like a mix-up on the edge of the box. But it's an unbelievable strike. It really is. You know, Harrison Bond could have been another foot tall and he wouldn't have got to that.
Well, I say, I mentioned earlier on, possession doesn't win games, goals do. And Eastleigh all 1 goal to the good here on 55 minutes. And Gateshead, we're going to have to try and carve something open to break down this Eastleigh side.
That really was one of those when, as soon as it's left his foot, isn't it? You know where it's going. It's just a brilliant strike. One of the best goals you'll see this season, that.
Well, we're still waiting for confirmation on the goal scorer. There's Gateshead have us back underway. Driving with the ball is Story, puts it out now to Richardson. Whelan tries to turn, but it falls back to Richardson on the far side. And it was Bulgerwin that did score the lovely ball from outside the area.
The problem now for Gateshead is that it gives them something to hold on to even more so.
Yeah, so it's a good ball. Let's see, McBride does get the ball back. Just needs to be that little bit more pep in the step in the final third. We've seen flashes of it, but not making the goalkeeper work.
Yeah, I mean, the keeper hasn't made a save yet, really. Yes, gets a bit of the post, but you just like to see McDonald worked a bit.
Confirmation of your Eastleigh FC goal scorer, number 11, NTO Moldavine.
Ball comes into the box. There's nobody there, though. And, Bulgerwine, nearly a miscommunication. Keeper comes across to get it. And, appeals for a back pass. It would be very harsh.
Hopeful. We'll call them.
Long kick from McDonald. On the volley has put away the heat from Rome. A few pins in the map today, but quickly upended. Free kick to Eastleigh here, about 35 yards out, right-hand side of the D. And an opportunity for them to get some big men up here again in the penalty box.
Yeah, from a Gateshead point of view, you're now looking at the bench, aren't you, and thinking, how can someone come on and make a change? I do think that, I think we spoke about it at half-time, didn't we, that you could look at McBride and Evans possibly coming off, and Brown and Adon coming on.
Well, I think I'd like to see maybe a bit of the hustle and bustle from Brown as he goes to warm up down the line. As in comes the delivery from Maguire. It's a great one, but it's got too much on it, and out it goes.
Cross.
It just needed someone with legs at the back post, didn't it?
If I was Chris Maguire, I'd be having a right go at my teammates there, because that's an unbelievable cross.
Gateshead quickly get the game back underway. Francis carries the ball forward. He's in the centre circle.
No movement again.
Evans, Hannant, Grayson. Goes inside to Evans. Evans finds Francis. About 23 minutes remaining here of normal time for Gateshead to get themselves back on level terms. But at the moment, Eastleigh, they've done a job so far. Ball over the top, looking for the run. Brought down by McBride. Turns. Can he get the pass or the shot wave? Lays it off to Richardson, but it was a bit of a blind pass. And the ball comes off Richardson for a throw on the far side.
I don't really think you need to turn back. Once he's got that ball down, just try and have a shot. Try and get the shot away early on. Catch the keeper on his toes.
Well, there's two Gateshead players going through an intense warm-up, and that is Ben Warman and DeJean Brown. So we'll see if either of them are going to come on soon.
You do wonder if maybe one of the centre-backs might come off and go an extra man in midfield.
Possibly. We've got a Eastleigh player down, Taylor, at the moment, but the free kick did go Gateshead's way. It's not the kind of evening you'd like to lie down on the stadium grass.
It's really not.
So I'll not question anyone time wasting or injury. It's not the time of year to do it on a Gateshead stadium pitch. As now Grayson brings the ball forward. Evans, lovely touch. Tried to get it through. You've got to look.
Possession.
And now Francis. McBride. Gives it back to Francis. And just the two banks of Eastleigh players here to try and break down. Evans gets it out to Hannant. Needs a good delivery. In it comes. Is anyone there? Tananga gets the head off and over the bar. Never had it on target. But that's probably the best bit of play we've seen from Hannant across down that side.
Yeah, really well worked from Evans as well. Just committing the two defenders and then rolling a lovely ball into Hannant. It's a good cross. You maybe want just a little bit more power on it. It's looped a bit, which means that Marcus Tananga's got a lot of work to do to get power in it and get it on target. Well,
we'll see. And a goal kick taken there as the ball bounces right through and Taylor's chasing the ball through. And Gateshead, not the best communication at the back and got away with one there. And now Bourgeois puts the ball in. It's been, it hasn't been cleared yet. Gateshead at 6s and 7s. Quickly with a shot away. Job gets a foot on it. And Gateshead let off there.
Very much so. Very much so. Yeah, a real lack of communication. Ken Richardson again being excellent right hand side, hasn't he?
Well,
now you go.
Gateshead have players here on the left-hand side of the pitch. Grayson brings the ball forward. He's got Hannant down the line. Evans inside as well as McBride. McBride makes a run. The run wasn't spotted. I think he was man-marked there. I don't think he would have got the ball. even if it had to come through. Francis.
Ken Richardson might pick up a knock, you know.
Well, yeah, he doesn't look too happy on the far side, does he? He's just feeling his calf there. Sorry, his back of his thigh. Gateshead still in possession. No ball comes out this side to Hannant. Can we have more of the same what we've seen before? McBride on the underlap, holds the ball up, plays the ball back to Grayson. Gateshead, as they were before the goal, in control of the ball.
I think he's done here, Richardson.
Yeah, he's keep feeling it, isn't he? Yeah, I think we might see a forced change in position there, and Evans just catches Reeves, and it's a free kick, and we are going to see a change here, and want to be able to, and Kent Richardson is down, and that's not what we want to see from Gateshead's number 5, who's had a fantastic run of games in the last month or so, especially with the captain's armband on in the absence of Ed Francis and Greg Ollie.
McBride possibly going.
Well, I think there's whatever decision was going to be made. I think they're going to go with it now, but Gateshead looking to.
I should say there's still a lot of time in this game, by the way.
There certainly is. I mean, it's definitely going to be 30 minutes plus. But at the moment, we've talked about Gateshead being great in possession, but Eastleigh, they've come here with definitely with a mandate of what they wanted to do, and they've stuck to it and took the chance when they got it.
Yeah, 100%. And the thing is that we did say that the goal, wherever it comes, is going to be something special or a mistake, and it's very much something very special.
Well, Dejon Brown is stripped and ready for action, and he is going to be coming on for. Well, it would be nice if the fourth official would let us know. Oh, yes, he has. He's come on for Kenton Richardson. So there is a bit of a positional swap here going on. I think we might be going with 3 up top here.
I wouldn't. Callum Whelan possibly going right-hand side?
Possibly.
Oh, Evans.
Evans, yeah.
Sorry, Evans.
Yeah, Evans has gone right-hand side there, and Dejon just going to be in behind.
It's a great ball, by the way.
Story over there to track the run. It's been kept in. Story wins the ball back, though. Lays it off to Whelan.
Another good game, Louis Story tonight, by the way.
Yeah. Well, Whelan now, he's got men in front of him. Picks out Grayson.
Where's the runners?
So once again,
he's calling out.
Trying to build wide. And we're just seeing a slight difference in the amount of men forward for Gateshead at the minute. I think we might see us go a little bit more direct here. Possibly. As it goes through to McBride. Was he fouled there? Referee says no, but Gateshead have the loose ball. Picks it inside to Denanga. Denanga looks to lay it off to Hannant, and he does so. Grayson. Francis looks up, wants movement, and the only movement is the green, the orange shirts in front of him. But now gets a look to penetrate from the right-hand side as Whelan tries to pick out Dejon Brown.
The idea was right again.
Dejon Brown, like a terrier there, puts it out for a goal kick. And Kent Richardson, he's walking, but it's a little bit gingerly, isn't it, Mark? I think he's might have tweaked the hamstring there.
Yeah, he looked good. So I think it might be, something maybe a little bit more than a tweak. But he is walking, but there's a definite limp there. So we'll pray for good news on that one, because Kenton's been outstanding this season for Gateshead.
65 minutes gone. It's Gateshead 0, Eastleigh 1. Ball bounces through and a foul there.
I think this is one of these games where I think it's hamstring. If Gateshead can get one, then you would fancy them to go on and win the game. But at the minute, they're not even testing McDonald.
No.
The chances in the first half have kind of gone begging. So now they need to.
Ed Francis in discussion with the referee there, I think, talking about the challenges from Taylor there.
Well, I think did Job get booked there? Because it looked.
I'm not too sure. Whelan, didn't see the run there. Whelan was flying forward, but Gateshead committing more men forward here. in the hope of opening up this defence as Job can bring the ball forward. He wants movement. There isn't that much movement, but there is up top, but he carries it forward still, Job. Now lays it off to Francis. McBride gets it to Hannant. Hannant looks for the underlap, and it's been seen. And Bourgeois just ushers that out.
I think we may well be seeing someone maybe warming soon.
Yeah, well, Warman is warming up. We're seeing Kane Adam was going through a warm-up before. I think we're going to see a change here for Eastleigh as well, possibly. They'll come back to the... Eastleigh took out with intent there, unless you just want to sit down and get warm. As Taylor gets... Oh, was that handball? Quigley, he hasn't kept it in. It went out there. And Quigley...
Oh, behave.
Well, that's simulation, referee. Quigley just threw himself to the floor. Now endearing himself to the home fans. Quigley, ball across to the far side. Kept in by Evans, does very well. Can he do something with it, though? Drives forward, takes it down.
Great
ball
tackle.
goes out for a through on the far side. It was a good tackle.
Great tackle.
Strong. Well, Louis Story is going to be the man to take this through. Gateshead looking to keep this ball moving. There's Francis and Story. Just pass it between them. Francis brings it forward.
It's crying out for more movement here.
Whelan manages to get it to Francis. Francis picks out Denanga. Denanga keeps the ball moving to McBride. McBride, if he looks up, he's got Hannon in space, so he gives it to now. Should have went quicker with it. And Hannon does manage to get one in there. And Evans, the smallest man on the pitch, going over for the header. Didn't get there. And Eastleigh are going to keep this in. Played forward, but it was a poor ball and Gateshead latch onto it. Nice touch to Whelan. Whelan gets it to Francis, but it's panicked at the moment, but still in possession.
Not really where I want Marcus to
he's out there on the right wing. As the ball comes back to Job in the centre circle. Everyone inside the Eastleigh half-bar bond. Kane Adam goes down the touchline to warm up. Hannant plays it inside there to Francis. Francis gets the ball through to Evans. Evans, just ran away from him. And now to go throw in between the dugouts to Gateshead. Ball across the Story.
Carry it.
Good ball out to Hannon, left-hand side. There's more players in the box for Hannon to aim for. Can he get the cross in? He can. Oh, there was Dijon coming in. The referees give a free kick to Eastleigh. He's come in behind there and caught the Eastleigh player. I think maybe the captain that's down. And no malice in it, just a collision together when they were going for the ball. Well, we have another stoppage here on 17 minutes. And it seems in some discomfort, Langston. I think it's Langston that's down, or is it the captain? I think it's the captain.
Yeah, I think maybe Aaron Martin.
Well, he is still down at the moment. Physio's over there.
Yeah, there's no blame there.
No.
He's got to go for it. It's a great cross in, I will say. Probably the best one Gateshead have put in tonight.
Well, it does look like we might be seeing a Gateshead substitution here. Warman for McBride seems to be the numbers I can see down there.
Wonder if you might see someone possibly pushing further forward if that's the case, and Warman sitting in with either Francis or Whelan, and one of Francis or Whelan playing further forward.
We'll confirm that momentarily.
There's a sub from their side as well.
Yeah.
That's a Gateshead.
It is a Gateshead, yeah. Because they both have a 21-11 on either side of the... Well, Warman is going to come on. And Conor McBride comes off. Worked his socks off tonight so far, Conor McBride. Just couldn't find that killer pass or find himself in that open space. Well, he's still down, is the captain for... I think he's done. Yeah. Well, I don't know if that was a thumbs up or a different hand signal to the bench.
Substitution for Gateshead, leaving the pitch, 21, Conor McBride, being replaced by number 11.
I will shop see in a minute if Aaron Martin can continue.
It doesn't look great, does it?
No, it doesn't look good at all.
He's got a great game tonight.
Yeah. Don't know if he's got a dead leg or a knee into the back there, back of the thigh, but yeah, I think looks like he's done, doesn't it? He's walking very much like Kenton Richardson, sadly. Both for fives. Leaving the pitch by the looks of it. Eastleigh temporarily down to 10 men. There's goal kick taken. Quigley nods the ball into the centre. Can Gateshead make this extra man pay at the moment? There's Job. Gets it to Whelan. Whelan looks to get the ball moving fast and carries it forward over the halfway line. He's got Evans to the right-hand side, who he uses. And Gateshead have players up in and around the box. Hannant has peeled himself away here to this left-hand side. He's been spotted. Brings the ball down well, chests it down. Francis in the centre. Whelan, didn't see. Got to Dejon Brown. He's got the ball in the box. Can he pull the trigger? Gets a shot away, ricochets, and it's going to be cleared by Eastleigh. And initially, I thought the ball through was going to be Hannant, who just ran into space, didn't he?
It's a great first touch from the young lad.
It's still not out yet, though. It's still going Gateshead on the far side. Ball to Gateshead. Denanga. A little bit overzealous there.
That was a really poor pass from Evans. That he fired it in, and Denanga has no chance of getting that under control.
Well,
frustrating night.
The urgency levels are just rising somewhat for Gateshead, as we have about 18 and a half minutes or 17 and a half minutes of normal time remaining, plus stoppages, which does look as if there will be a few, as Aaron Barton is back on the pitch. So, see if he can continue for the full 90 minutes.
Some shouts for a foul throw there. Some merit in that.
Grayson brings the ball forward. Lovely
Great
vision
ball,
to pick out the run of Hannant. Can he put it across? He's pulled it too far behind. Pulled it behind the attackers. And Gateshead trying to close it down. And Whelan, putting the pressure on Eastleigh. And great work to make them put it out for a throw. Not over yet, though. It's Whelan. Warman. Manages to get it back. Plays it into the centre. Dijon. Hits it off the post. I think
the keeper saved it.
He might have saved it, but I think it would have hit the post if it had went through. But
great movement near post. Really like the looks of that.
Yeah.
He's really sharp. I think that's something that hasn't happened tonight for Gateshead. When the ball's got in near post, there's no one really attacking it there, and you saw it there from the young lad.
Well, Warman and Hannant linking up well there in the build-up to that as Dijon tries to win the ball back. Eastleigh passing it around as Buljuan gets it to Taylor. Buljuan he just loses his foot in there, and Eastleigh get a little bit of space here, but their ball wasn't the greatest, and Gateshead can just disrupt and get the ball back. And that's a poor ball there. It was telegraphed, and Taylor got in the way there, but Gateshead pick up the loose ball. Francis, he wasn't looking, Evans, he wasn't looking. And the ball goes out to play on the far side, as Kane Adam is going to come on. I think that's Louis Story that's coming off, to be honest. Unless I read the numbers wrong.
Yeah, you're right. Good call. So it's going to be
Louis Story is going to come off. So we're going to go with
4 at the back, do you think?
4 or 3 at the back. And Gateshead putting men further forward here. We've got nothing to lose at this point.
Yeah, got to go for it.
Gateshead have stacked the attacking midfielders and forward players up now.
I assume that ball must have come in and went out. Yeah, it's very attacking now, isn't it? Basically going for it these last 15.
Well, ball through there. Dijon holds it up to Brown. Lays it off far side. Evans, can he get the cross in? Does get across in. Denanga gets a header away. Oh, I thought it was just going to loop into the back of the net, but it's a corner. There must have been a touch. Well, what a difference the ball coming into the box with speed makes.
Yeah, and that's exactly the sort of delivery you want. You know, you want one where you just get a flick on it.
Well, we're going to see this delivery in from Hannant. In it comes. It's going to be towards the back post. Oh, Dijon Brown. Just had put his hands on it there, and the old pro that Aaron Martin is felt the hands on his back, and down he went. And Eastleigh going to be in no hurry to take this free kick yet. Well, Keith Thompson, what's the chances of the Heat scoring? I don't know.
At the moment,
hopeful. But at the moment, I mean, you've got to commend Eastleigh. They're standing firm against it. But we mentioned earlier on, how long can you keep doing that? But at the moment, the ball comes off a Gateshead player and out for a throw to Eastleigh halfway inside the Gateshead half.
It actually looks as if Ken Adams gone in at right back.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
So that is attacking.
Yeah. Now
he's away.
Evans has put the ball over the top.
Didn't need to play that.
And a bad header from Aaron Martin.
Play that ball.
Yeah. If you had looked across, Kane Adam was moving on the right-hand side.
I'll take it back. Callum Whelan's gone in.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was no need to play that ball there from Evans. Even if Denanga gets it, you got 4 men on him.
No.
It's a great kick.
There's the underlap there from Greenwood. Lays it back. Ball through that. If that had been a better delivery, that Taylor had got himself in space. Whelan turns, gets the ball moving to Francis. Francis can bring the ball forward himself. Warman shows he's got Hannant in front of him, who he gives it to. Former teammate at Cambridge, of course. And it's a throw to Gateshead on the halfway line. Hannant quickly takes it.
Not a shouting going in there from, we're not really sure what.
Whelan.
Someone's got to commit.
Gets the ball to Grayson. Nice flick from Hannant, but it's been put out of play for a Gateshead throw. Just feel the urgency coming from Gateshead and the anxiety from the Tyne Weir stand here. As Hannant needs to be a good delivery. Dijon Brown has done really well. He's kept it in Gateshead's possession. In comes the ball. It just needs to be better. It needs to be higher. And the goalkeeper will take his time with this one.
It's got to be whipped. Floating crosses like this, McDonald's just going to come and claim it every single time. See more pace on delivery from Gateshead.
Dijon Brown showing how lightning quick he is there to try and get that ball.
I might see him do it getting the ball in the final third. Because in around the penalty area, he looks lightning and he's reacting to stuff really quickly.
Whelan. Get it to Francis.
There's no movement. You can't blame it, Francis, there because there's just no movement ahead of him.
Quickly tries to play the ball down the line, and he does. And Grayson had to be switched on, and he was. Gets the ball back to Harrison Bond.
There's no point giving that to Job.
Whelan wants the ball to keep moving forward. Gets it to Warman. Warman to Francis. Francis has got Hannant here on the left-hand side. Hannant cuts in with the ball. Warman. Back to Hannant. Denanga's trying to pull defenders all over the box at the moment with his runs, but the ball isn't forthcoming. Job on the halfway line. Grayson. Back to Job. The ball forward there was intercepted. Gateshead tried to win the ball back, but the ball forward there, Job nods it down. Can Whelan get there just in front? He can, pokes it back Kung Fu style. And Gateshead back in possession. Francis can now ping the ball over the top, looking for the run of Dinanga. The second ball, can Gateshead pick it up? No, they can't, but the ball's going to go out for a Gateshead throw. It looks like we're going to see a substitution from Eastleigh here. Are we?
If they're not ready, just take it.
No, they're not ready yet for that. Now we're back underway. Francis has the ball back.
See, we're moving to get. Someone's got to move. The final third, make something happen.
That's going to go across to Dinanga. Dinanga, was he kicked there? It was free kick, very central here, about 25 yards out. Right hand side of the D, if you want to put it exactly where it is, but it is very, very centre, right down the middle, isn't it, Mark?
Yeah, it's going to be some strike, isn't it, to beat McDonnell, one of the most consistent keepers in this league, to beat him from this distance.
Well, Francis
Whelan over it?
I don't think Whelan's going to be involved in this one. He's
just not overly interested, does he?
No. Francis is getting a good divot in the ground there. Referee has got the wall back. Well, are we going to see a thunderbolt from Ed Francis? Takes it and gets it over the wall, but just not enough power on it. Got the dip, keeper all day long.
Yeah, it's a good strike. Got enough on it, but never really troubling, was he?
Does look like Jake Taylor is going to be replaced by Lee Hodson. Powerful kick from the edge of the area there from McDonnell. Quigley.
Well done.
Just loses out to
There's been
a
nuisance factor about Quigley tonight. I know he hasn't had a lot of the ball, but he has troubled Gateshead defenders, which have been quite impressive. I mean, imagine it. You would get that from someone like him. You know, he's been there and done it.
His aerial, abilities speak for themselves, and you can't leave him unmarked. A ball through the centre, though, to Whelan. Can he bring it down? He nearly gets past his man. Good defending from Bolgerwin there, and Gateshead trying one right down the middle.
Yeah, something a little bit different there.
Yeah,
a little bit more direct and almost paid off.
Well, 7 minutes of normal time remaining. We're going to have another substitution. You would hazard a guess there's going to be 3 or 4 minutes added on at the end. But Gateshead find the clock ticking down in the wrong direction.
So that's a classic example I was talking about there, by the way, with
Quigley.
With Quigley, yeah. The ball was never there for him to win. He knew Grayson was going to win it. He's just affected Grayson without fouling him and forced him to put the ball out of play.
Well, Jake Taylor is taking a slow walk off the pitch here. And he's replaced by Hodson. And his first duty is to take this throw just in front of the Gateshead dugout. And Quigley, battling with 2 Gateshead players there, wins the header. Hodson plays it inside to Quigley. Quigley just let him down, and Gateshead need to get the ball moving forward as Adam breaks down the right-hand side, but the ball hasn't come over. No, but now Gateshead bring it down the left-hand side. Whelan. Hannant. He's got visions in the centre. Hannant has people in the centre to aim for. In it comes towards Dinanga. Martin nods it, and it's going to go out for a corner on the far side. Well, as we've said before, if you're going to put a delivery in, it has to be inch perfect with these big defenders.
I mean, you're surely thinking Mamadou Jove is probably the biggest Gateshead player, has got to go forward here.
Well, he's the furthest man back, Bob.
Surely you swap him with a Whelan or someone like that.
Well, there you go. There you go. I think Rob's got an earpiece in. It's been taken short. Evans lays it off. Francis puts one in. It's shot away from Dejon Brown. It was a glancing one across.
Well played.
Great defensive play from Reeves. And, he hasn't had much of the ball, but when he does, he's touched. I mean, I said in the build-up, his touch looked fantastic. And so it's proven so far. As the ball's being cleared by Eastleigh, and out it goes for a throw to Gateshead. As the Eastleigh bench urge the players to push out. Whelan. Is it off to Grayson? Back to Whelan. Grayson, he's got Hannant, who he uses. Ball's going to come across now to Kane Adam, gets his first touch. Up against the defender, drives down towards the dead ball line, puts a cross in, it's a good one, but headed clear. And now Gateshead can pick up the ball again through Grayson, gets it to Warman. Warman holds it up well, does very well in the physical battle there. Whelan. Francis, he's going back to Whelan. Crossfield ball to Adam. He's got time now.
Go on the overlap.
Evans is just showing for him on the inside if he needs him. Drives in with the ball. Kane Adam tries to.
The idea was right, but
Francis just didn't anticipate the ball coming through. Final 4 minutes we're into now.
Two quick announcements. 50-50 draw still needs to be picked up. The winning money is 429,806.
Well, McDonald taking his time here. Walk from one side of his box to the other to take this kick. And what a powerful kick it is. It's going to bounce right through as well. And Job had to poke it up in the air. It's going to fall. And, cleared by Kane Adam. And at the moment, Eastleigh just seem to be riding it out at the moment.
Well, they've earned the right to do that. You know, they've defended really well for all the game, really, if we're honest.
Mm-hmm. Well, someone's asking for one goal. And certainly would be nice from a Gateshead perspective.
Good win. Won the ball.
Won the ball back, and they need to get this ball moving quickly as Whelan turns and nice vision to keep moving. Bringing it now. Gateshead through Francis. Have the ball. Out to Kane Adam. Back to Francis. Whelan. Oh, and had a sneeze there, but now it's out with Hannant. Oh, Grayson's in space. Put it back across. He can, but this just doesn't hit a Gateshead player, and it's deflected away. And now Eastleigh can try and hold this ball up through Quigley just on the halfway line. But he doesn't do it well enough, and Gateshead win possession back. Lovely ball to pick out Warman. Left-hand side. He needs targets in the box. There's a lot of orange shirts there. Not enough white ones. The ball comes in. Oh. Now it's going to fall to Whelan as Whelan screams for him to shoot. Francis gets a shot away. It's deflected over. Denanga chases it down, and it's going to be cleared out into touch on the far side, and it's a throw to Gateshead. And you just feel that this one is slipping away from Gateshead. All the possession in the world, but just the end product hasn't been there tonight. Thus far.
Yeah, I was going to say there's still time.
Whelan plays it back to Job. Grayson, who's finding more of the ball further forward on the pitch as the game goes on. Whelan. Warman. Edge of the box. Tries to drive with it. Lays it back to Grayson. Whelan, centre of the pitch. Grayson. Not Grayson, sorry. Francis. Denanga shows for it. Turns, gets a shot away. The keeper gets a finger onto it and puts it wide. Very tight angle.
88 minutes in. First save the keeper's made. Proper save. Save. Really good save. Got down really well down to his right-hand side there.
Well, committing the bigger men forward. Evans is the man on the edge of the box. In comes the delivery. It's a tight one. Oh, and Job was up in the air, but just it didn't get near it. Nicely headed on by Adam. Warman holding the ball up. Gets it to Job. All gated still at the moment, and we need to get this ball further forward. Now, Whelan. Edge of the area. Holds it up. Plays it out to Hannant. Francis appeals for him to shoot. Dinks the ball over there. And keeper has to pluck that one out the air, and he does. And it looks like we're into the last 20 seconds here. Can't see how many is on the board.
I think it might be 3 or 4 maximum.
Yeah. An impressive passing and possession play from Gateshead, but ultimately that doesn't win games if you don't score the goals.
5.
Quigley just judged to have used his arms there. Playing dumb. Back underway, Gateshead here. Whelan.
Switch now.
Adams on the far side. Now it goes over to him. Can he run at the defence? Turns. Whelan shouting for it. So is Grayson. Referee sitting very deep there. Hannant, left-hand side. Tries to take it down to the dead ball line. Crosses the ball over. Ball's just headed behind by Greenwood on the far side. Anywhere will do.
Need quality in the box here, Gateshead.
I mean, Gateshead must be in the double figures of the corners here compared to the one or two that Eastleigh's had. In it comes. Job gets the header. It's up in the air. Keeper's got all the time in the world just to pluck it out the air.
There's no one affecting the keeper.
Well, McDonald taking his time. Slow walk to the edge of the area as we've become accustomed to from McDonald. There we go. Long kick up towards Quigley. Quigley had his arms around the player. There's an Eastleigh member of staff next to his manager. He can't believe it. Yeah. Well.
Movement.
Ball across the far side.
Good
Kane
driving
Adam
him, Kane.
needs to try and get this ball moving forward and quickly. He's dancing with the ball at his feet. Cuts inside, but goes for a shot himself. Oh, it hits off the Nanga. Oh, you couldn't write it. As the ball comes up towards Mamadou Job, and he will get it under control and get it back up. We're 2 minutes into that added on. We've got 3 minutes remaining. Gateshead still trying to plug away to get another shot on goal as Denanga lays it off. Warman sees Hannant. Can Hannant get a delivery in? There's Whelan. Oh, he puts a cross in. Denanga heads it and doesn't get it.
Put it back in. Oh.
He was coming away from goal. He couldn't get the power onto it and pulls it wide by about 3 foot.
I'd imagine this will be one of those where McDonald will happily take a booking.
Yes, he's taking his time here. Checking his studs, of course. It's customary now. Referee is telling them.
They've earned the right to do it, and Gateshead would do exactly the same.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm not disparaging it. Everyone takes everything they can get.
Absolutely.
This one's for how many visiting fans. I didn't actually hear the announcement.
It was 15.
15. Commend every one of them. Yeah. If they are travelling back tonight, they're not going to get back to the very early morning.
Callum Whelan.
That's ruled out to Mamadou Job. Into the last 2 minutes. Whelan shouts for it now. And Gateshead just, I heard someone shout there from about 50 yards. Kane Adam drives forward with the ball, does very well, dances past one, lays it off. Evans has it. Can he get it into the box? Now the delivery is going to come, but Denanga is the man you want in the middle. Evans gets it to Warman. Warman pulls it back across and goes behind for a corner. And at the moment, Eastleigh are happy just to hook that ball out.
They're not exactly hanging on, though, are they?
No.
It's all comfortable.
In comes the delivery. Job mistimed his header. It's going to fall to Whelan. Everyone's saying shoot. He's going to put it back out to the right-hand side. Francis puts the cross in, deflects back to him, and he's going to let that go out for a throw. Oh, no, he hasn't. He's kept it in. Picked out Whelan. Oh, Warman. Can he get the shot away? Oh, body in front of the line, and it's a corner.
What a block that is, by the way.
And it's limbs, bodies, everything in the way for Eastleigh. Anything will do to block the shot. And another corner from Gateshead. Up it comes. Oh, it's been nodded back across. And just going to see the final 30 seconds. They've cleared this one. Whelan sprints across to keep it in. Does he? No, it goes out, but he's going to quickly take this throw. And now they're telling them to get it right up into the box. Whelan looks and delivery up there. Mamadou Job nods it forward. DeJean Brown battles for it, and it's cleared up in the air. And as the time whittles away, that is the allotted 5 minutes. But Gateshead still going, and that's a free kick. Gateshead have an opportunity to get the ball in the box here in the dying seconds.
I think this is it. Is it worse than the keeper up?
Well, he's looking at the bench. Everyone's telling him to go up, but it's the manager's decision. Right, well, I think he's telling him to pick up the loose ball if it comes out. It's now or never for Gateshead. The delivery has to be good. It has to be perfect. In it comes. And was a push down in the box there. Penalty. It was pushed down. Mamadou Job was pushed down. It was behind him. Sorry, Kane Adam. It was. Had hands all over his back. And Luke Hannant runs over to get the ball. I think the captain might just pull rank here. Nope. He's just tapped his hand. And, well, you can't put your hands on someone in the box, especially not push them down. Not like that. Right in front of the referee. Reeves can't believe it, and neither can the Eastleigh manager to our right-hand side. But it isn't a level game yet. The penalty has to be converted. Luke Hannant, the man, to place it down. Can he salvage a late point for Gateshead in a game that they've dominated in the possession? Takes a few steps back, Luke Hannant. To Johnny Wilkinson, steps to the side. Last kick of the game. Can it equalise? Hannon steps up. Hits it. Puts it in the back of the net. And Gateshead salvage a point in a game that they dominated here at Gateshead International Stadium. Shots were few and far between to make the keeper work, Mark, but they've got it when it mattered there.
Well, you can't say they don't deserve it. They've had the vast majority of the second half, they had the vast majority of the first half. I'm not 100% sold on the penalty, if I'm honest. I can't say I saw anything, but
I did see the arms pushed down on the back of Kane Adam.
Then fair enough.
If letter of the law, it's a penalty. Was it a masterful push or foul? I would have said no. But it was given.
Yeah, Richard Hill is going absolutely berserk with the fourth official.
Yeah, he wasn't happy next to us when he seen it was given. He's now the shot. Oh, trying to lob the keeper, and there's the full-time whistle. Gateshead salvage a draw here. The Eastleigh bench are up in arms, kicking water bottles, but that doesn't matter for Gateshead. They've got a draw here, and as I mentioned before, Mark, they dominated possession. They done creativity was all with Gateshead. There was only maybe one corner to Gateshead's 10 or 15 in this game. That told a story in itself. But Gateshead will have to learn from this and be more clinical in the final third.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the chances first half, hit the bar, hit the post twice, 3 times. One cleared off the line. I just think second half, really, the keeper's only made that one save off, 2 saves, sorry, the one at the near post from DeJean Brown, and then the one from Denangra, which went across him and he tipped wide. Just sometimes I think, there was a chance for Callum Whelan as well, where he's putting out really wide. I just think sometimes Gateshead just need to be a bit more clinical, be more ruthless in front of the goal. Maybe try those. I mean, from the edge of the box, but it's a point, and it is a point.
And Eastleigh came here to do. They were very regimented in the way they did it. We talked about how they tried to hold off as long as they could in the possession stakes, and try and hit us on the break. But it was an interesting game, to say the least. Gateshead, the positives I'd take from Gateshead is that there's a lot of young players in there who are still bedding in, kept battling right to the end. I think
Eastleigh have been brilliant. I really do. I thought defensively they've been organised, they've been disciplined. There's a great structure to it. They'll feel they deserve the win because of the way they played for 94 of the 95 minutes. Just that little bit of discipline. If it was a foul in the way you said, then it is a penalty, simple as that. It's that one lack of discipline that's cost them all 3 points. But fair play to Gateshead because they kept going and going and going, and it gives them a bit of momentum going into Saturday's trophy game at Hereford.
And nice to see the away fans getting the support of their players, going over to say thank you for their travels up there, as Keith Hill just gets a yellow card for arguing with the referee, and he's still doing it now, remonstrating, and he's effing and blinding at the referee. Not what you want to see. And if he's honest, he'll say that a point is probably a fair result, but Of course, they were leading. They'll not say it that way. A big thank you to everyone on National League TV for joining us here today. We hope you enjoyed the game. Hope you enjoyed the commentary. It was a pleasure to be here with you. Also, thank you very much to everyone that joined us on the Heed Army podcast stream on YouTube. You can join us on Thursday evening where we'll be breaking down this game, talking about the moments, talking about that penalty, and also previewing the game away to Hereford on Saturday in the FA Trophy. And, well, Keith Hill giving a bit large to the Gateshead fans as he goes down the tunnel, all in good jest. But there we go. I say we wish all the Eastleigh fans a safe trip back, as we do to all the players and officials of Eastleigh Football Club. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time here on the Heed Army podcast on the next home game, and of course on our regular show, the Heed Army podcast, on Thursday at 8 p.m.